Oh my gosh, our live tour to the UK, Ireland and Berlin is on sale right now. We are coming over in November 2024 to do many, many shows. Jess, what cities are we hitting up as I pass the list to you?
Well, Dave, we're going to be hitting Berlin, Edinburgh, Belfast, Dublin, Manchester, Leeds, Birmingham, Bristol and London.
My God.
Huge. Big
They've
tour.
done it.
We haven't been for a few years.
That's
and we've
right.
never been to Belfast and we've never been to Berlin.
Yep.
We've heard both of those places are very nice.
That's right. And they love to sell out shows,
Yes,
right,
they
guys?
do. Yes, they do.
We've heard that because I told you both that. They're great. I've had great times in both places.
Yep. Irish bars in both of them.
Do they have Irish bars
Particularly Belfast.
in Belfast?
Yeah, of course.
Interesting. Well, if you want to join us on this cultural extravaganza, you can get tickets right now at dogoonpod.com.
We all belong outside. We're drawn to nature, whether it's the recorded sounds of the ocean we doze off to, or the succulents that adorn our homes. Nature makes all of our lives, well, better. Despite all this, we often go about our busy lives removed from it. But the outdoors is closer than we realize. With All Trails, you can discover trails nearby and explore confidently. With offline maps and on-trail navigation, download the free app today and make the most of your summer with All Trails.
They say opposites attract. That's why the Sleep Number Smart Bed is the best bed for couples. You want a bed that feels firm, but they want soft? Sleep Number does that. You want to sleep cooler while they like to feel warm? Sleep Number does that too. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number number 1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, Sleep Number Smart Beds start at $999. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Do Go On. My name is Dave Warnocky and as always, I'm here with Jess Perkins and Matt Stewart.
Hello.
Hey, Dave. How's it going? Jess? Good to see you.
I'm going very well, thank you for asking.
Matt and I are fighting again.
What's happened now?
A lover's tiff. Let's not get into it.
Yeah.
We realise we've known each other for 10 years and we've never kissed.
None of us have ever kissed.
What's happening?
What? Jess, you've never kissed me.
Let's not bring that onto the podcast.
that's
But
right.
I think odds are, at one point, our lips would have just met.
Exactly, that's
Accidentally
three of
touched.
us.
We've shared spaghetti so many times
Yeah.
and we've never
Yeah, the noodle always
accidentally met.
breaks at the last second.
Yeah, and we're
and
like, oh,
and
If
you're-
a
damn
million
it.
monkeys are typing up, they'll eventually kiss. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly, chances
I
are.
know, it's crazy.
So it's weird.
Anyway, maybe by the end of the year. Let's
Maybe by
make
the end
that
of the
a goal.
episode.
Fantastic. Well, this week we are joined by a very special guest, a great friend of the podcast, and I don't know, have any of us ever kissed her? Let's find out. It's Michelle Brasier. Hello.
I have kissed all of you.
It's true.
Who was the best?
Best kisser is Jess.
Correct.
What?
But smoothest lips go to Dave.
Yeah.
And
damn
biggest
right.
beard goes to Matt.
That's true.
and that's on exfoliation. Then I appreciate that.
I'm so sorry, Dave, that you had to hear that about
biggest beard.
my beard being bigger than
I
yours.
can't believe it.
I didn't want to say it, but you guys pushed me.
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
I felt pushed into
That's
that.
only because I've had a recent trim, but this time last week you just should have seen me. It was a bush ranger.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to see you as a bush ranger.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'd be called the something kid, wouldn't I?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
The
And
bush ranger
The clean
kid.
shaven kid.
I've got a beard, goddammit. That's what it says on all the posters. One description. Clean shaven. Oh, not.
No, I've got a stubble.
That's right, there's some sort of growth there. What is this, a 4-year growth at this point?
It's pretty good.
Possibly 5. Oh
Yeah,
my
looking
God.
fantastic.
And we're very proud of you.
It's good. It means you'll keep your head hair.
Is that
Is
true?
that
Do
true?
you have a shit beard?
Testosterone is responsible for beard. It's also responsible for losing your hair.
Oh my
I'm sure
God.
there's other things at play. I'm obviously not a scientist.
What?
So I know. I should have said this
I don't think
before
that's
I
true. I
came
think you
on.
are a scientist.
Okay, well, I'm not a hair scientist.
Okay.
Specific, like this isn't my field of research in academia, which is what I do for a job. But science, I think, it's testosterone. I think it's testosterone.
That's interesting.
There's
You
like
are-
an overflow. What?
What? No, I'm loving the science, but I'm just wondering if any new listeners have landed here.
Oh.
You, Michelle, have listened to this show before, so I think maybe you'd be in a great position to explain how it works.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, every week the four of us gather. So Jess, Matt and Dave gather and one of them goes away and writes a report on a topic suggested often by one of our glorious Patreons.
We love them
support
all.
all of us financially, all four of us equally.
Yep.
And they will say, hey, we want to hear a report on Matt's big beard. And then one of us will go away and write Matt's big beard report. And then the others just listen quietly and sometimes throw the occasional barb.
Only occasionally.
Yeah.
It's a rare barb.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes there's guests.
That's my nan's name, Rare Barb.
It's not true.
No, it's Dorothy.
That was pretty good though.
That's a rare barb. Dorothy's the
Yeah.
rarest
Rare
barb of all.
Like the headline that you just read, Jess.
The headline, I took a screenshot because I was like, surely somebody will complain about that and they'll change it, so I need to get this. It was a news.com.au article. The headline was Grandma drowns, no one helps her.
It's so sad. It's so awful. It's also like a lyric or a poem. Grandma died.
No one helps her. Yeah, it was
They know what they're doing.
yeah, it was eye-catching for sure. Yeah. Anyway,
A rare Barb lost.
but you
I hope
explained
her
that.
name wasn't Barb.
No, God, I hope not.
We'll have to take that
I don't
out.
think it was.
Her generation barbs weren't that rare.
Yeah, it was a very common barb.
You can have a grandma who's quite young though now. You can have a grandma in her 50s.
Can I?
I couldn't.
Where do I get them?
If you want one, you can
Yeah,
get
I'd
one.
love to go
you
get
can
one.
get them down the shops.
We don't
Pet
gilfs.
Barn?
They do
Pet
grandmas.
barn.
Pet Barn does
You
grandmas.
well, that's a different thing, not a gilf. Do you get them from the adult grandma
The
shop?
adult grandma shop, yeah. Yeah.
Pet barn, that's a different kind of grandma.
Yeah, they do. Come on down to Pet Barn for a different kind of grandma.
This episode
nice.
started weird, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
No,
We're
we
in a
nearly
different
explained what the
room.
show was, Michelle. You're doing a great job there. Is there anything else you needed to say?
I think she nailed it.
People suggest the topic, as you said, blah, blah, blah. I
Oh.
love what you were
We always
saying.
start with a question.
Yes.
Yes.
And it is your turn to report this week, Michelle. So you
Yes.
have a question?
I have a question. Which television series first aired the day after JFK's assassination?
Neighbours.
Oh, who did it?
Was it the news about JFK?
The news.
Okay, so you've got me on a technicality there. It was the news, and today my report is on the news.
Love it.
Are you going to cover Grandma Drowns?
I
no one
am,
helps
yes,
her?
that's why I brought it in. It was a little taster. Guys, it's Doctor Who.
Who?
Doctor Who.
Classic.
Bit of fun.
Okay, Doctor Who. I haven't watched it.
At all?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay.
But I feel like I know bits and pieces just through other media and stuff like that. But
Yes.
are we heading towards another 5-hour Fast and the Furious? Because
No.
Doctor Who is huge. Like, it's been around for a long time. How many Doctors have there been? 12? 13?
We're going to find out. Listen, yesterday I got a text message from Jess that said, hey, just a heads up, we've got to be done by 4:30. We're starting at 1. We've got to be done at 4:30 because, that's just the way. I know it's a big topic, but please don't write another 4 hours.
That wasn't from all of us either. She did
was
that
from me.
without.
Yeah.
Because we've got nothing but time. That was just Jess not wanting to hang out with you for too long.
Yeah, 4:30, that's a made-up number.
That's a made-up
There's
number,
not
is
even
it?
there isn't even a number
Well, in
for
that
30.
case-
Well, I also thought at the time of recording, it's, we're heading towards your birthday weekend.
It is my birthday
And
weekend.
I didn't want you to be spending days and days on this,
I appreciate that
I
because
was
I
looking
could
after
have.
you. And me.
But so are you yourself a big Doctor Who fan, a Whovian?
I'm a Whovian, and I know you wouldn't think it to look at me.
No.
You think, whoa, that girl, who is that, Margaret Robbie?
Yes.
She seems, wow, like a cool girl.
Margot
but-
Robbie's cousin, just for anybody.
Yeah, but I'm actually a nerd, guys.
What?
Yeah, I'm so
Wait,
embarrassed.
nerds can be hot?
Nerds can be hot. I don't know. I just like that nerd stuff. I don't know. It's crazy.
What other nerd stuff are you into?
Book.
What?
Yes. It's crazy.
Okay, that is actually pretty crazy.
I'm also a little bit of a nerd.
What?
But, and also
What?
very
Nerds can be
hot.
ugly?
Very hot. And with a big beard.
You have
Hot
the
and a big
biggest
beard,
beard.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm a jock.
I don't think you watch Doctor Who, Matt.
I've seen the scene where Van Gogh sees his own paintings
Yes.
online a few
it comes
times.
up a lot, doesn't it?
On
That's
Facebook
a
all the time.
beautiful
And
episode.
I've seen one about who's the Dickensian guy?
Charles Dickens?
Yeah, I've seen the episode where he's in it, which I think was maybe from the last 30 years.
Yeah, Charles Dickens was
maybe
in
10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
And no, but as a kid, I saw bits of it. I think it was on After the Goodies or something, and I saw a bit of it.
Of the old one?
Yeah, it was an old one. I'm like, this looks shit. It looks so bad. The era where it was like colanders and stuff.
It's kind of janky.
That's the one that I watched. I love that one because my granddad was a big fan. And he had a videotape.
Now in his 50s.
My favourite. It's amazing. Very young man. Well, he had a videotape of a movie that they made called The Five Doctors, where the first five of them got together, except the first one, William Hartnell, because he was dead and they had a look-alike. Oh. And I would watch that. That was like my sick at home movie.
Oh, yep.
So I watched that like 100
so
times.
Nice. Wow. But you didn't get into the new one.
Oh, and I have seen the new one when,
okay.
I saw the Christopher Eccleston and then David Tennant, but I haven't gone on from those.
Okay, you've seen nearly all of it by the sounds of
There's
it.
been about 7 of them since then. But,
There's 4 million. When William Hartnell died, so they've had a few people people play him. And Filch from Harry Potter?
Yes.
Fellow millennials?
Yes.
Filch
Yes.
from Harry Potter?
So the groundskeeper
The guy with the cat.
Yeah.
Is he the guy with the mad eye?
He's a great character
No,
actor.
that's Mad Eye Mooney.
A different guy. Anyway, he played William Hartnell.
There you go.
yeah.
I wonder who played him in this 80s one. And for the record, my
It might have
favourite
been him.
is number 2, Patrick Troughton.
Okay.
Really? That's your favourite doctor?
Is the groundskeeper Hagrid?
No.
We're going in a different direction.
I don't think.
okay.
I don't remember a groundskeeper.
That's okay.
But I have seen those films.
Well, he wasn't a groundskeeper, was he? He was like
kind of like managed the building kind of
Yeah,
thing.
he
didn't
was like a
caretaker?
yes. Yeah, he had long hair.
janitor or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
You've killed my cat.
He's in
That
lots
guy.
of stuff. He's real
He's
good.
really good.
Yeah, he's really
good actor. And I should know his name, but I don't. But it is in here, so I'll pretend like I knew it.
He was a doctor?
Well, yes. Yeah, he was.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Tom Hart, there was a Tom as well.
Baker.
Tom Baker.
Tom Brady, the jock doctor.
Jock doctor.
Jock doctor.
Actually, that reminds me, I got to make a call.
I'm jock doctor.
I don't think Jock Doctor is a good business name.
Jock doctor.
It says what it is.
It sounds like a powder you put in your itchy nuts.
Oh.
I'm sure it exists. I reckon it exists.
Jock Doctor.
Can you get me a sachet of Jock Doctor?
Yeah,
I've
while
been
you're at the
chasing-
shops.
Yeah. I think it's good. All right. I'm going to start my report. You guys, this is an enormous topic. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that, but I'm just going to give you an overview of kind of what happens, a bit of the history. It's
Love
not going to
it.
be fast and furious. I promise.
It's probably a good introduction for people who don't know anything about Doctor Who.
Yes,
You know, because I reckon I would be interested, but it seems so daunting because there's such a history. That I'm like,
Exactly.
that's too much for me to start watching.
Yeah. I should put a disclaimer in here. I did not watch the old one.
Yeah.
Due to my extreme youth.
Yes, you're very, very young.
And
You're turning
lack of
21 this
time.
weekend.
I'm turning 21 this weekend and I can't wait. Cannot wait. But yeah, I am, as I said, like I'm a hot girl. So coming out as a Doctor Who fan is like that's
very brave.
brave
This
for
is a
me.
bit risky for your
Yeah.
career.
Yeah, but I'm just here to kind of encourage all the hotties out there to get into the Doctor because I really like Doctor Who. I think it's great.
Doctor Who. So you're talking about Jock Doctor again.
Jock Doctor. Yeah, sorry. When I say the Doctor, I mean Jock Doctor.
Yes,
That's what
okay.
I'm talking about.
Thank you.
But I'm always going to think you're saying, like, get into the GP, make an appointment with your doctor.
Yeah, great. Good to check in.
All
Yeah.
of these things. I mean all of these.
Okay, great.
Even if you feel quite well, there could be something.
Go.
You
'cause
should go in
then,
because
then you can pay $80-something, and
Yes.
that's good.
For them to say,
you get 25 cents back on Medicare.
Yeah, why, they say, why are you here? And you say, I don't know.
I told you something happened. Subliminal messaging.
Michelle, at a risk of doing another tedious tangent,
Yes.
we're talking about where's Doctor Who from? The UK?
From the UK.
Yeah.
Aren't you about to go there?
I am about to go to the UK, Matt. Well done. Thank you so much. I'm about to go and do an Edinburgh Fringe season, my 10th Edinburgh Fringe.
Wow.
Yes. I just did a tour of the UK and I noticed a lot of the press was like, Edinburgh favourite, Edinburgh legend, Edinburgh. And I was like, oh, yeah, I do keep coming. Wow. Like,
I didn't
it
know it was
really
your
Wait, and you were
My
listed in
10th.
these things.
yeah. No, I wasn't in that. I just saw those things. But yeah, isn't that mad? I've become
mad.
a stalwart.
You've been
of
going
the
since you
Edinburgh
were
Fringe.
11 years old.
I've been going since I was 11 years old.
I think I
Crazy.
met you. Maybe that's where I met you at your second one. Then
Maybe.
I was there briefly in 2014, and I think I met you
Yep.
at your house.
At my house in
Wow.
Marchmont.
Yeah, I think
We
so.
had a house party. It was a really
Yes.
great house party. Auntie Donna did all the Backwards Anorak show, and Backwards Anorak did the Auntie Donna show. And Leo, our friend, locked himself in the toilet because he was upset because someone famous had died. Robin Williams had passed away, and he was so upset and quite drunk. And so he locked himself in the bathroom, and we only had one bathroom, and that ended the party.
Robin Williams has a lot to answer for.
Yeah. It was a good party.
Good party.
I'm really proud of that party. I think about that party, I go, You didn't even live in that city, and you hosted a really great party.
A really
well done.
good house
Well
party.
done, Michelle Brasier. You should have got a second bathroom, but apart from that, you did really good.
We'll back that up this year.
I'll back it up.
Do
I'll
a
back it up.
10-year anniversary of that great house party.
Of that great house party.
I think that's reasonable.
Bring back all the same guests, all the same. Okay, there was a weird Christian man there that we didn't know.
Oh, that was me.
He was just there to preach. It was really
yeah.
But the beard was good. Good beard.
Thank you.
Oh, no, sorry,
was
that was
me.
Jesus. All right, guys, there are 26 seasons on BBC. There's a bunch of specials. There's like audio adventures. There are books. There are a lot of explorations, spin-offs of the Whoniverse. I'm just going to focus on the television program, okay? So if you don't know what Doctor Who is at all, Doctor Who is a long-running British TV series, 1963 it started, about a person called the Doctor, except it's not a person, it's a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. They're the last, and listen, I don't like space, so just keep that in mind.
Wow.
They're the last of the Time Lords, apart from their big bad, sometimes sexy frenemy, the Master. The Doctor travels through time and space in their spaceship called the TARDIS, Time and Relative Dimension in Space, which is shaped like a police box from 1963. You've probably seen the blue box. Have you seen the blue box?
Yeah.
Yes. The lore on this spaceship is like, it's supposed to change to blend into its surroundings. It has a thing called the chameleon circuit or something, and it got stuck in 1963 and never changed, making it the iconic box we know and love today, and saving the BBC a lot of money on its budget.
Do you think they planned that originally? Or,
Yes.
Oh, they did plan. It wasn't like, because the first season is 1963, so it was like whatever was around. And
Yeah,
then
they're
the
like,
next season
no,
came
I
around,
just got stuck in this.
all right, we've got no money. It's still 1963.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
what was the point of those police boxes?
I don't know. I think they had a phone in them. You could go in and call the police.
It'd
if
be
you
pretty
needed.
funny if it
Emergency?
was just a police officer just
It's just
standing in
one
there.
in the box, just always ready to go.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
You just go get your police officer.
yeah.
And of course, in England, a police officer is just a person. They don't have a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I need a bit of backup. I need a second person.
Yeah.
You open it, it's Paddington Bear.
Yeah. Can you help me carry this?
And he's
They
like,
can do
yeah,
that,
of
'cause
course.
it's just a person.
It's just
Yeah.
a person.
It's
He's
Hugh
got
Grant.
a stick.
Yeah. It's Hugh Grant.
Well, oh, my friend saw Hugh Grant.
He's been didn't he get into a bit of trouble being inside like a box or something?
Oh, probably.
No,
Do you mean
I
cheating
think-
on his wife? Is that what you're referring to?
I know. I think it was a cubicle, but
I don't know what he did, but good
Didn't
on
he-
him.
That wasn't him.
I don't know.
That doesn't
I don't
matter.
know. I don't know.
Your friend.
My
Doctor
friend saw
Who.
Hugh Grant at a Waitrose buying too many bottles of Pimm's. Isn't that the most British thing
I love
you've
that.
heard in your entire... I was like, fuck yeah, that rules. Anyway, the TARDIS is bigger on the inside because the inside is in a different dimension to the outside. Something, science fiction, something.
sense. Yep.
But it's bigger on the inside. That's what everyone says. Everyone goes in, they go, whoa, it's bigger on the inside.
Isn't that like, oh my God, there's so much room
It's a
in
bit
here.
like the bus in the Spice World movie.
It's exactly like... I think it's the same technology. I think
Great.
it's the same tech.
Great.
It's a bit like the Holden Barina. It's
Yes.
a zippy little number.
Yes.
A lot
Yes.
more room on the inside than you'd realise.
Yeah.
But get you
Yes.
from A to B.
That's right.
Yes. Yes. And stuck in 1963.
It's like the tents at the in Harry Potter when they go to like the Quidditch
Yes.
Cup
Yeah.
or something. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
looks
like
like a
those.
normal tent, and then you walk in and it's got
Bigger
like
on
a
the
full
inside.
living room and
It's like
I think
the
we've covered plenty.
Caravan in Loaded Weapon, which is spoofing Lethal Weapon. And the Mel Gibson character maybe is Emilio Estevez, and he goes inside his caravan and it's like a palace inside. Very funny.
that's good stuff. Okay, great. I think we've covered all bases there with our
Yes.
fan base. Yeah.
So I've been saying they for the Doctor. The Doctor has no fixed gender. So I'm just going to use all pronouns. I'm going to use the big three: she, he, they.
Yep.
It's the Doctor. Okay, because they have different genders at different times. The Doctor loves meddling in people's lives and saving worlds. Kind of like Jess.
What?
Yeah, kind of a gossip.
Yeah, you're a meddler.
Yeah.
I was trying to help.
Keep your nose out of it.
Well,
No.
I just told your wife where your secret stash was.
Yeah, and you ruined everything.
Wait, what kind of stash?
Porn and cash.
Oh, cash stash.
Porn drawn on cash.
One stash he doesn't have, though, the ma. Can't grow one.
What is this? What am I rubbing?
Oh my God, David, please.
that.
Bit of
There's a
dandruff, bit of face
podcast.
dandruff.
The show sees the Doctor travel through space and time. We get some real treats in Earth's history because we go back. We spend a lot of time on Earth. The Doctor loves Earth. So we have an episode where the Doctor meets William Shakespeare, the Vincent van Gogh episode, Rosa Parks, Mary Shelley on the eve that she's about to write Frankenstein, Nikola Tesla, which I got to go on Whovians with Australian icon Rove and talk about that episode, which was very fun. Madame de Pompadour, a famous courtesan, which is like a very Bridgerton vibe episode.
Okay, great. David love that.
You skipped over that Whovians thing a bit. There wasn't a show in Australia for a while
Called
that was
Whovians
like
on ABC.
a recap show on like proper mainstream TV.
Yeah, comedy recap. After Doctor Who, it was on ABC.
Yeah,
it was good.
it's wild.
Hosted by Rove McManus.
Love
A
it.
recap show. Hey, that thing you just watched. Let me tell you what happened.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun. I was on it twice. I had a great time.
That's great.
Yeah,
They have a TARDIS there. That's why there's that TARDIS in Sydney ABC.
Oh.
That
I
makes
think.
sense.
Or perhaps it's coincidental, but it was in there. It was on the set.
There was like, it's like Talking Dead was a show after Walking Dead, and I've not seen either of those. But is it like that?
It's like that.
That's a fact, is it?
But yeah, there's heaps of fun characters and time periods to play with, as well as different planets and galaxies to explore.
There's no limits.
There's no limits, which is, traditionally kind of a problem in things if you don't set a limit. But I think the Doctor Who handles it really well. But it's very fun. All the places and times we get to see. The Doctor travels with a companion, or sometimes there is like a few companions, maybe one core companion who's like their real partner in crime, but like there's a group. Traditionally, a beautiful young woman with brains and skills. The Doctor maybe like lacks or needs things that she can do that he's like, well, even though I'm a genius, like that's kind of the general traditional vibe. But in the more recent series, we've had male companions as well. Jodie Whittaker's Doctor had a whole gang of 3. One of them was like a guy who I think used to host like some game show on British TV on British TV, and then they were like, now you're a Doctor companion, which is really fun.
Can I just jump in?
Yeah.
What's the minimum number of people that can be considered a gang? Because that was 3.
4. 3?
Because I was just wondering if we could be a podcast but also a gang.
I think we could be.
I think it could be
A gang of 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, gang of youths.
Do you want to do some crime?
Oh.
We have to do
Or do you
crime.
want to like fight some crime?
Oh yeah, you can fight crime. You can be a crime fighting gang,
Yeah.
or you can just see crime. You can be a crime scene. You
Oh,
can
Do you want to see some crime?
We're a pretty passive gang, I think.
Yeah.
Crime witnesses.
Do you guys want to hang out and watch a movie or something?
Yeah.
But we'll say it's like gang time.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
All right, guys, gang time.
So, I mean, you're going to explain this, aren't you? But
Yes.
It's one person they evolve into another person or something when they get recast? Is it the same
Yes.
for the sidekick?
No, it's not. It's always a different person.
Right. They're not pretending that they're just a reincarnation of the same thing.
No, it's always a different person.
Gotcha.
So the Doctor picks up lots of different friends. Some of them come back.
Is the companion always human?
Companions always. So the Doctor had a robot dog called K9 at one point, which is very
yes.
cute. And yeah, there are some friends that aren't human, but mostly it's like a human from Earth
Yeah, cool.
that they're
He's
just into it.
obsessed.
Yeah.
He could go anywhere and he
Earth.
keeps...
Always Earth. I'm like, grow up. Do you know what I mean?
Travel a little, you know?
See the world.
Yeah.
But,
See the universe.
yeah, it happens.
I'm
See the
always saying
universes. There's heaps.
Yeah.
But Jodie also had, like, a lot of the time there's like a bit of a romantic interest between the Doctor and their like main companion. And Jodie Whittaker, even though she had that gang, she also, like, there was a beautiful woman at the center of it all who was also in love with the Doctor. So she also had that romance with the
Right,
beautiful
so
young
it's
woman.
Always like a will she, won't she sort of thing? Or is it always
Yes.
just a they will definitely?
No, it's always like, will they, won't they? And they hardly ever do.
Right.
In fact,
Tease.
they kind of, it's a real tease. Well, it's a family show. But yeah, typically being in the love with the Doctor is a bad idea because they will hurt you due to your mortality and their extreme lack of ever aging or dying. But they definitely have a type. They're always into smart Earth people. That's their kink.
Cool.
Earth is their kink. And
Sure,
I respect that.
I get that.
But yes, as I said, the Time Lord, they regenerate when they die.
too confidently said, I get that.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
same.
No,
I'm nearly
that's my kink.
100%. I think nearly everyone I've ever crushed on was from Earth.
Oh, shit. I haven't
Yeah.
thought about that. I guess
It's funny, you don't put together the dots and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck, like every single person.
no, because in primary school,
Like, am I
had
a predator? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I keep going for Earthlings.
like,
do you know what I mean?
I have it? Yeah, is it
I've got a
like
type.
is it a bias? Like, is it a bad kind of preference?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, am I fetishizing Earthlings
Culture, yeah.
or no?
I think you are.
There was a guy,
It's good to examine. Like, just have a look at yourself and go, okay.
in primary school, I had a crush on a boy called Trent, and I can't remember for sure if he was human.
Ooh, Trent, that
Trent.
sounds alien to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trent.
Trent.
What could have been?
Yeah.
Me and Trent.
Oh, God.
I had a big thing for Widget the World Watcher at one point.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Widget is a cartoon alien who can change forms.
Okay.
But one of those forms is Earth.
And that's probably the appeal for you, isn't it?
Well, sometimes that's a gateway into new, different things,
True.
things you aren't traditionally brought up to be attracted to. Because that's the thing, it can be a cultural thing as well.
Yeah. It's not entirely our fault.
No, it's not entirely, and it never will be, and it never is.
Never will.
How do we feel about the age gap? If the doctor's like 5,000 years
This
old
is something to talk about,
and
yeah.
you're 35, is that a bit weird?
Yeah, I think it is weird. They've got so much experience.
Yeah.
But usually,
Why are you
especially in the
interested in a
newer
35-year-old?
ones, yeah, that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like they don't even have 2 frontal cortexes. Oh, that's the other thing. The doctor has 2 hearts.
Okay.
That's important to know.
Oh, because
Two
did that
hearts.
happen when they killed him off and had to bring him back? Like, oh, no, it's because it got shot in his other heart.
Oh, no, other heart. No, they can die. So they die, but they don't die forever. They regenerate.
Right.
Yes, which I'll get into. So a bit of Time Lord history.
Sure.
Time Lord history. The Time Lord's history, vast, messy, but essentially they look like people. Again, that's that same kink bias. But they live on the planet Gallifrey and they are able to regenerate when they die. So in theory, there's meant to be a number of regenerations that they have. But we can ignore that for convenience and it kind of just gets explained away in the canon that I'll get to later on in the report. Point is when they die, I think they're supposed to be 12 and then they die.
Okay.
The point is, but when they die, they become a new person with a new face, but the same name and the same memories and more or less the same core values and personality traits. So they're always like a little bit different, but it's like you got the same breed of dog from the same breeder. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for putting it in terms I understand.
There's a real dog guy over there.
For the doctor, those core traits are empathy, a healthy mistrust of authority, and curiosity.
Canine should have been called the Dogter. But
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's true.
I
Have
only
you
thought
been
that
listening
'cause
to
I
me at
think
all,
that's
or
how-
did you just think
No,
about that
I-
for 10 minutes?
You just pronounced doctor like dogter to me then. And I'm like,
Dogter.
that makes sense. That should be what it's called.
That is true.
That's
Imagine
true.
having a pet dog named Dog to Who.
Oh,
That must happen.
It must.
dog to who?
Dog to Who.
That
called
must happen a lot,
Tahu.
actually.
Oh, Tahu. It's-
Probably more common than like Rex or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, there'd
Lily.
be dogs out there called K9 because it's like K-9.
Yeah.
That's clever.
And his little Robert goes, K9. He's really cute.
Oh, I like that a lot.
And he calls the doctor his master, which is problematic.
Is real cute. Can I make a guess that the existing fans hated it?
Hated it?
They're like, what are you doing? Don't infantile this show. This is a show. You know, they hate it.
No.
Fandoms hate it when you bring in
Doctor
a new
Who's-
cute character. The
He's
Ewoks
old.
or whatever.
K9 is old. K9's from the old Doctor.
Oh, okay.
Which again we will get to. But also I think Doctor Who fans are very accepting. For a fandom, they will put up with a lot.
put up with it. We'll put up with it.
Yeah. Well, I'll watch it, but I'll complain about it. Like, it's a bit that. Anyways, okay. Where am I up to in my little Time Lord history? Okay, so Time Lords, they have a history of meddling with other people's lives. In the early days, they would have these. This is just history, so this is not like stuff that we really spend a lot of time, but this is important that you know. They would have these like gladiatorial fights between species they considered lesser than themselves. And then as they evolved a bit more, they became to be like better people, trying to use their, perceived power and knowledge to like help other civilizations. So it's a bit colonial history. At first they mistreat
And it's an
others
English
who are
show.
different.
Interesting.
Yes. They mistreat others who are different, then they exploit them for personal gain, and then they try to step in because they know better and interfere with the lives. Then they often have catastrophic effects. So after that, the Time Lords went through their cycle of this, and they eventually made a vow not to do anything. So they adopt a policy of neutrality. They just sort of watch as other worlds burn, which is also not the best approach and definitely not what the Doctor does. So very long story short, the Doctor's like great pain from a new series onwards is that he carries the knowledge that he has killed all the Time Lords in a big war called the Time War. He tried everything to help these people in the war against the Daleks, which is a race of kind of like an evil octopus inside a tin can. You will have seen it. It's got like a plunger and it's like, it says exterminate. Have you seen these?
I think this is
yeah.
the thing
Very
that made
iconic.
me think this sucks.
This is silly. I can respect that you would think that they look silly, but I think they're very scary.
I was very little at the time, okay? So I wasn't, I didn't realize how hard it was to make TV and on a limited budget and whatever.
But I mean, they are silly though, aren't they? Like Surely, even if you're
Yeah, they are
loving, even if
silly.
you're loving it, you're like, this is a bit funny.
Oh, they
This is a
are.
bit
I think
fun.
that's the thing about Doctor Who. It's very whimsical and silly,
Yeah, come
and you
on.
have to really the fandom. And this is why they'll put up with anything. They just go, yeah, we suspend our disbelief. We love this because
Yeah.
at its core, the Doctor is someone who sees the best in people, and so I think the fans want to be like the Doctor, which is really nice.
But how did he kill all his friends?
So the Daleks there was a big war. The Daleks and the Time Lords were having like sort of a big final battle. And then the Doctor was there and he was like, all right, well, I have to stop this, and tried everything they could to stop it. Oh my God, I didn't tell you that the Time Lords can travel through time, and that's why they had all those powers. Anyway, so he's like trying to fix it, trying to save them, and then realizes the only way to save the universe from the Daleks, who love war and just want to kill everything, is to blow up everyone in this vicinity, which is including my people, the Time Lords. So he had to, sacrifice his own race to save every other race, which is very sad. Very sad.
And that
then
he
he
also
carries that
killed
pain.
all the Daleks.
Also killed all the Daleks, yes.
Oh, so the
In
Daleks
theory.
are done.
Well, listen, like the Fast and the Furious, when someone dies, are they really dead?
Okay.
You know?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, very sad.
That's like what I was telling you at the party in Edinburgh. When you die, it's not the end.
Yeah, you were saying
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
weren't you?
Yeah.
You were saying that you kept stealing people's waters and then sort of doing a weird magic trick.
Yeah.
You know, it's good though because we were running out of that wine. That was very helpful. But yeah, first aired in '63, created by the BBC. The show's MO was to be a family show, which is why it's sort of a kids show. Some of the monsters in the first few series were created by kids. They were designed by kids. Kids would like just draw a kid and draw a monster, and they'd be like, "Yep, we'll make that." There was one I think called the
That's
Absorbaloff, which is just a big like.
That's
Drawn
so
by
fun.
Absorbaloff.
Yeah.
And it was a big what, sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it's very, very fun. But yeah, the idea was to educate young people about history and science. So we travel through time
And
they
science.
learn about science. Yeah.
Absorbaloff.
Yeah, Absorbaloff, like the important stuff, okay? The first 4 episodes were written by Anthony Coburn, but there's like a few people credited with its creation. It was made in-house by the BBC. They made it. It's theirs. And there's a lot of episodes. There are some missing episodes from the early series. Have you heard the theme song? Do you know the famous theme song?
Yes.
Was
Yeah.
it close at the start?
It was close
Yeah,
at
but
the
then
start.
then he went into Baker Street.
Is that it?
Is that it?
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it?
Baker
Yeah.
Street.
It was composed by Ron Grainer and created by Delia Derbyshire at the BBC Radiophonic Workshop. And they still use the same.
I keep
yeah, we're
almost
getting
having
close.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh, come on, Matt. Ooh. All right, I'm going to run you through just the first. I'm going to run you through all the doctors that were at in the first bit. I'm not going to go into them. It's too much, okay? It will be too much. It will be too long. But the first doctor was William Hartnell, as Dave said. First doctor, 63 to 66. Character actor who presented the world with this sort of crotchety, cranky old Doctor Who. Serious grump. And he took himself quite seriously as an actor. He sort of tried to distance himself from Doctor Who after a while. He was like,
Wow.
I've had enough of this. Then Patrick Troughton, who was your favourite.
That's right, number 2. Big fan.
66 to
A little
69.
bit silly. He plays a little recorder.
Ooh.
Yes.
That
He
is
was a real
very
clown.
silly.
Very whimsical.
It was just really, it was a real clown. It was very silly,
What a
playful.
change from the first one.
Yes, very changed. He would go on interview shows and be like, he was very cheeky in the media. And we met the sonic screwdriver, which is a device that the Doctor can use. It can essentially do anything, except it doesn't work on wood, so it can't like unlock a wooden door. It's a bit of a running gag.
That's a bit of fun.
Bit of fun.
It can do anything though.
Yes.
Like could it like sex toy?
It could be a sex toy. I reckon it is a sex toy.
Oh my
I think
God.
it's its primary
Yeah.
primary
But
purpose.
a sex toy version of it has to exist in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Is
Oh,
there-
yeah.
You know, on the TARDIS, you always see like the bit where they're traveling in, but is there like back quarters? There's like a bedroom and a kitchen and a toilet out there.
Yeah, and they've got like a costume room. I think there's reference to like there being a swimming pool and stuff. Sometimes you get to see like deep
That's
down into
great.
the TARDIS. Yeah,
That's
it's pretty
great.
cool. But usually you're just in the main control room, which has a lot of controls because it's meant to be run by like 6 people apparently at the same time. But the Doctor
He killed
stole
them
it.
all.
He killed them all.
Yeah.
John Pertwee was the third Doctor from 70 to 74. Even more gadgets, very Inspector Gadget vibes, very eccentric, charming, more flamboyant outfits. He's the one in the purple velvet suit.
He looks like Willy Wonka.
Yes, yeah. Willy Wonka, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, okay.
Sherlock Holmes is a big influence on the Doctor.
Right.
And then we get to Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor, a lot of people's favourite Doctor, 74 to 81.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Is that why he's a lot of people's favourites as well? It's just a lot of people's
Maybe.
first Doctor, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. He was also very silly and he had a big long scarf. Very memorable.
Yes, the scarf.
yeah.
Because, I think... Yeah, I just thought that was who the Doctor was for a long time.
Yeah.
Because I'm just looking at the photos now. You're about to get into a patch of 4 that I don't recognise at all.
Ah, right.
Yeah. No, that's fair. And this is where we met K9, our little robot
cute.
dog. Peter Davison, the fifth Doctor, 82 to 84. He's the first mixed race Doctor. A lot of people don't realise that. Yeah, he's like part, I think his father was Afro-Guyanese.
Oh, cool.
But he looks like his mum and she's like as British. He looks as British as fish and chips. But yeah, anyway, after him, there was rumours where they were trying to cast a new Doctor Who, and there was interviews with the creators and the writers being like, and is there chat of a lady Doctor Who? And they were like, yeah, maybe, we're thinking about it. So it's interesting to be like, for the people now who are like, this shouldn't be a woman and this shouldn't be a black man. And it's like, well, actually it's kind of been there the whole time.
And you said before that it doesn't even have a gender, the character.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's pretty funny to be hung up on that.
People get mad.
Odds are
Yeah.
that at some point they're going to present slightly differently.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You change your face all the time. Anyway, Colin Baker was the sixth Doctor from 84 to 86.
Another
Not a woman.
Baker?
Another Baker, yeah.
Another Baker.
Nepo baby.
Nepo brother.
Nepo Doctor.
And Colin Baker was actually the first actor to appear in another series of Doctor Who before becoming a different character. So this happens all the time. Colin Baker was a guard in a previous episode and shot Peter Davison's Doctor. And then he came back as the Doctor, as a different character.
Did they use that as like that was you shooting yourself to save you from doing something?
No,
Which is two separate
and it's like an
characters.
infinite
It's two separate
circle now.
characters. Yeah, there's just like, so David Tennant's Doctor at some point, I think in the future says like, oh, well, sometimes I regenerate into faces I've seen before.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good line.
Yeah. But the new head of BBC, there was a new head of BBC, came over, took it over, had publicly said, I don't like Doctor Who. Thought like Matt, it's shit.
Yeah.
Axed it. And he wanted to save money, and Britain absolutely shat itself. They were furious. It was on the
Wow.
front page of newspapers. People were not, or it was like it was World War III. Like they were not happy about it. People were furious. They sort of threw Colin Baker under the bus a bit. The people at BBC, they were like, "Oh no, well it wasn't that we love it as well. It was just we think he's the problem." So
Colin Baker said that we should cancel it.
yeah, Colin
And we
Baker,
listened.
he said, "I hate it." He said, "Oh, I hate it."
Colin
yuck."
Baker had a gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. So they got rid of him and they got a new one in. Sylvester McCoy is the seventh Doctor. Again, another clowny Doctor.
Great name.
And then Paul McCann was the eighth Doctor in a movie version.
Is that Paul McCann from With Nell and I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so. Same guy. Yeah. Then companions, we had Sarah Jane Smith, played by Elizabeth Sladen, who's she's important, and K9, they come back. In the future, Sarah Jane Smith even gets her own TV show.
Oh.
So this is one of the companions, probably one of the most loved. But like the thing is, like he's always just leaving them behind.
Yeah.
So it's quite sad. Anyway, Who went quiet until a 1999 comic relief for Red Nose Day series of spoof specials, The Curse of the Fatal Death, which showcases the first television Doctor Who script by Stephen Moffat, who's very important in the current Who universe, and the final performance by the longest-serving Dalek vocal artist, Roy Skelton, who's like quite famous for his exterminate voice, which is very nice.
So that's not an effect. That is just a man's voice saying exterminate in that funny way.
Yeah, I think so. That's my
I always
understanding
thought it
of
was
it.
just some sort of computer. That's
I
an
think it's
amazing
through,
voice.
I imagine it's through a thing, but he does the
But
voice.
it's not him saying exterminate.
Yeah.
Exterminate. And then it just sort of puts a phaser on it.
Exterminate. But in this series of specials, the Doctor is played by, at different times, Rowan Atkinson, Richard E. Grant, who actually went on to appear in more episodes of Doctor Who later on.
Also
Joanna
from
Lumley.
With Nell and I, Richard E.
Yeah,
Grant.
Richard E. Grant. Joanna Lumley.
Oh,
from Matt Babb.
She's so good.
So good.
Jim Broadbent.
Oh, I love Jim Broadbent.
And Hugh Grant, who was offered the role of the Doctor again for the 2005 revival.
Really?
Yeah, and he says he regrets turning it down, and he saw how good the season was, and he was like, "Fuck, I shouldn't have I didn't realize it was going to be because it's a lot more. It's a lot darker."
Suck. Is that what he's like? Yeah,
I thought it was shit.
Yeah.
Jonathan Pryce plays the Master in this as well, who's another great British character actor. So the Master
Jonathan Pryce is great.
the sexy frenemy.
Hugh Grant might have been too big for the role.
2005.
Too much,
yeah.
Too much baggy. It's like the same if Rowan Atkinson plays. Everyone knows who you are already.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot.
You're bigger than the show.
And it's a big gamble as well. Well, the show's been gone for ages as well. So it's like the old show was very kind of janky, whimsical. It's still very whimsical, but it's very a robot on a string is flying kind of vibe. It's old school TV.
It's shit.
No, it's not. It's nice. It's nice.
It looks shit.
Shut up, Matt.
If you just flick through the channels, you'd be like, well, this sucks, right? That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying to look at it's awful.
Everything looked like that at the time.
Yeah, okay.
They all looked, it wasn't like they had Game of Thrones and then they changed the channel and it looked like 1963.
Yeah, you're right. Everything like that. It just outlived all those other shows. So it's still connected to that janky look.
Exactly.
And I'm pretty sure it was reruns when it was on when I was a kid as well.
So you were flicking from Game of Thrones
when
you were a wee barn. Okay, new era of Who, 2005 onwards. It's 2005. Destiny's Child have just announced they are breaking up.
No!
Michelle Brasier is getting kicked out of science class for pretending to faint when she doesn't get enough attention.
No!
And Russell T Davies is the head writer at the helm of the new Doctor Who.
Whoa, it's a big year.
Huge year.
He is a Welsh TV writer who wrote Queer as Folk. Do you guys know Queer as Folk?
I know of
By
it.
name?
Yeah. So he's always been left-leaning and queer, never hid this in his writing. He really injected this into Doctor Who, which matched the Doctor's sense of social justice, making Doctor Who an inclusive TV show for the sci-fi inclined. I think this is what's really responsible for a lot of its success. He made the Doctor kind of pansexual a bit. He's always attracted to he was still a man at first, but very attracted to different aliens and different and we also met characters like John Barrowman's Captain Jack Harkness, who is a bisexual time-traveling icon, much like myself.
Yes.
Who the Doctor sort of alludes to having maybe hooked up with in the past. And they're still friends, which is that's actually a lesbian culture.
Yeah.
So very, very gay.
That's nice.
We had queer and culturally diverse representations of heads of state of countries like America and England. And this really made the series an exciting place to start in 2005 when we were like, hang on a second. Should women vote? You don't remember 2005.
Yeah, I remember that.
So this new sexed up queer-friendly Who was a place for queer nerds to see themselves. So this new era of Who introduces us to a series of new doctors and companions, starting with the Ninth Doctor. In 2005, Christopher Eccleston, not Hugh Grant. And if he was a dog, I think he would be a Staffy, but an older one who has lived on the street a bit. He was quite grumpy because he's, recovering from his dark past. He's just had the Time War.
Okay.
Oh, that happened in between. We didn't see that.
I think, yes. God, don't come for me, internet people. I think, yes, it happened in
Don't
between.
come for me, internet
Don't
people.
come for me, internet people. I can't keep it all in my head.
But he's also a time traveler, so it's always all happened, right?
Yeah,
It's one of those things where it's
that's the thing. Is
will
he's
happen
been...
now. I'll say hasn't happened.
Yeah, and
Or
I
has
don't know,
happened.
It is happening.
It's happening right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's happening.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey is
If
what
you've
they
watched
say.
The Good Place, it's Jeremy Bearimy.
It's Jeremy Bearimy. Exactly. Thank you so much.
Time isn't linear. It's a bit of a
Jeremy
squiggle. It
Bearimy.
looks a little bit like Jeremy Bearimy written in cursive.
Yeah.
And that's how time works. So
Yeah.
sometimes stuff that's happening right now is actually happening in the past.
Yeah. Jeremy Bearimy is a reference to Wibbly Wobbly, Timey Wimey.
Okay,
just so you know.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Great.
After a long absence, Doctor Who returned in 2005, Christopher Eccleston as the leather-jacketed Ninth Doctor. His tenure focused on reintroducing the Doctor and his companion, Rose Tyler, played by Billie Piper.
Yes, this is when I think I heard of it again.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
heard of it
makes
because
sense.
people were like, you look like Billie Piper. And I was like, oh, great. I'll watch me. That's why I started watching this program.
Yeah. But
I
hotter.
got the opposite. Yeah, they said you don't look like Billie Piper, so I didn't watch.
So you didn't watch it. They said Billie Piper's in this. You don't look anything like her.
Do you just watch stuff that with people in it that look like you?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what do you
Same.
watch?
I watch Captain Snooze ads from the 90s.
Yeah, Rod Quantock, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay,
I've
yeah.
been binging that lately.
Yeah.
What about that show
Good for the
Tucker?
rewatch.
Yeah, good
Tucker,
Tucker.
you
Oh,
watch
yeah, I
that?
watch shows with me on it, yes.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
Why
Yeah.
you like this on Netflix?
Yeah, I watched
Yeah?
one of the episodes of that.
Just one of the episodes.
One of
Yeah.
the
Did
episodes.
Did you watch the one I'm in? I play a character called Michelle, so I assume Michelle watched it.
I've watched. Well, I'm in the same episode as you, I think.
So of course she's yeah.
I also wrote on that television program. Anyway, this series, it sort of explores themes of war and loss and redemption. So he's very sad. He's a real grump, and he meets Rose Tyler. She lightens him up a bit. She doesn't let him get away with being a sad boy, which is good because being sad,
need that.
it's so annoying. And they become really close. We meet Rose's boyfriend, Mickey, and her mum, Jackie. They live in a council estate. So there's like, you know, those concrete classics in London. She just works in a shop, ordinary gal. And the doctor shows us, you know, in this amazing new world, she sort of kicks some perspective up his ass. Like, she's like, we're in space. Like, can you stop moping? Do you know what I mean? And he learns to love the world again, which is really nice.
That's a great point. We're in space. Stop moping.
Stop moping. And so he becomes a bit more happy by the end of this. He's just like gets over the seriousness of series gone by. I think it comes back a bit, but I think it really she's responsible for a lot. Then the Daleks come back.
No,
Which is not fair,
I
in my
thought we got
personal
rid of
opinion.
them.
How
Yeah.
depressing would that be when you killed all your friends and family for one reason,
Yeah.
and that one reason didn't even happen?
It didn't even work. It's really sad. Anyway, a lot happens. Rose accidentally looks into a time vortex. I don't know what that is. I think it's like looking in the sun in an eclipse.
It's a bit wibbly wobbly.
It's wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah, timey-wimey. But the doctor absorbs all the energy she absorbed, saving her, killing himself. And as he lays dying, we meet our new doctor, which is a real shock for Rose because Doctor Number 9 did not warn her about regeneration.
really?
He's not told her anything about it. So she's very confused. But yeah, this is Russell T Davies is the showrunner for Series 1. As I said before, he's written some episodes. Stephen Moffat, who wrote some of those specials with the funny actors. Mark Gatiss, who you might know, one of the great character actors himself. He's in a few episodes of Doctor Who as well. He plays Sherlock's brother, Mycroft.
Yep. I
In
thought that
the
was him.
Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock, which is great. He also created that show with Stephen Moffat. So it's all like, it's kind of this golden age of British clever person television. Like
Yeah.
a bit, it's a bit milady, but I like it. And so now we have David Tennant. 10th Doctor, a lot of people's favourite Doctor. My
Yep.
favourite Doctor. If he was a dog, he'd be a Labrador.
Yes.
Yes. David Tennant took over, known for his charismatic and emotional portrayal of the Doctor. Again, we saw classic villains like the Daleks, and now the Daleks can fly. So the whole thing, right, before, if a Dalek was coming, you could just sort of go upstairs. The biggest threat in the universe, but you can go upstairs.
That's so funny.
Now, they can fly. So that
Oh, we're fucked.
when
we
the
are fucked.
When the doctor killed all his friends, he didn't think about just building a second story.
No, I guess not. No, he didn't think about that.
I'll just kill everyone.
Yeah,
it's
I think
easier.
so. Yeah.
Guys, jump.
Well, I think we don't know about the Time War until later. Like, I think it's all it's wibbly wobbly. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we don't talk about it. Or maybe we do
sorry,
talk about
sorry
it.
to bring it up.
Yeah, sorry, please. We don't talk about that at the dinner table. Thank you very much. And there's also a Cyberman, which is like a tin man made for killing. Again, another
Matt,
robot.
Google Cyberman, you'll love it.
You'll love
You
this.
will love
You will love this.
I want to look up Cyberman.
Yeah, they look good. They're hot. I think they're sexy. I would marry a Cyberman if he was nice
You would
to me
marry a
and he gave me
Cyberman.
heaps of compliments.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
looking at a Cyberman.
Yeah. Do you think?
Actually,
Yeah, this is.
I like this.
Show me.
Cyberman old.
Cyberman old?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. They look a bit different now, but
yeah, that's the ones I remember from the Five Doctors movie.
And that's the one I want to marry.
and they're funny.
Yeah. Those funny years.
That's more of the stuff as a kid. I was
Yeah.
like, this sucks. So watching that's fun as a school play in grade 5.
But that's
Yeah.
what TV was.
Yeah.
Whenever everyone was so scared of the Daleks in the early years, there was like people started saying, like watching from behind the couch. That became a phrase, like watching from behind the couch, because people were afraid of Doctor Who. They would like watch.
Oh.
They'd be like, oh, I can't
Like
look.
kids though, not adults, I'm imagining.
I imagine children.
They were scared of that.
They were scared of
I've
that.
looked up a Dalek.
It was very spooky.
That's not scary.
That looks like a big salt and pepper shaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so much salt. That could kill you. Sodium
Yeah.
is a problem.
But
That's
what
a
if you
really
had
big
that
problem.
much pepper?
Oh,
it
yeah.
can get real
I think
sneezy.
that's fine.
That's too much pepper.
I think that's too much pepper. I think there is an amount of pepper that's too much.
Okay.
I try not to say
Hasn't
that.
been discovered yet, but
Yeah, but I'm sure there's a
there
finite
probably is.
amount.
Yeah.
So we also saw the enemy of the Time Lord who somehow survived, the antagonist for the Doctor's life, the Master. Another Time Lord, but an evil one.
And is that a self-appointed name?
Yes, so they pick their names.
That is embarrassing, mate.
It is embarrassing. There's a whole thing of like, what's your real name? And like, no one really knows what the Doctor's real name
And
is.
the Doctor chose Doctor Who.
Yes, because people are always like, he's like, I'm the Doctor. And people are like, Doctor Who?
The Master Who.
Yeah, Master Who. But the Master can also regenerate and has had various genders and faces. It's all very sexy. And it's like, honestly, it's like, are they going to kill each other or are they going to kiss? Like, that's my personal opinion.
Have they ever kissed?
AKA
I think
Matt
they've
Stewart
kissed.
and Jess
Yes.
Perkins.
Okay, exactly.
Are they going to kill each other? Are they in love? We don't know.
Yeah, I think it's very horny.
We're inside of this and we don't know.
We don't know.
That's what makes it exciting, is the bit where you don't know.
Yeah.
As soon as you know you're going to kiss it, it's not the same.
Yeah, then I'll be like, ugh, podcast over.
So we have Rose Tyler again, Billy Piper. She's the companion. She gets used to his new face really quickly and his new jacket.
Because David Tennant's quite pretty.
Yeah. So she's like, oh, this is fine.
This is okay. I'm
Why
alright with
do
this.
they change dress? Like
They change
just,
outfit.
Just having a look at them all, they've all got a distinctive look.
Yeah, they have a distinct
Why-
outfit. Except our current Doctor, who has a different outfit on all the time.
Oh, but that's just for them, right? Just
They get to choose, yeah. They work with the team. They're
because
like,
it
I
makes
think my
no
Doctor wears
sense
this.
that the actual Doctor would be like, oh, now I've got a new face, I'm going to go for a new wardrobe. Or
No, they do, because they sort of have a new personality as well.
Right, okay.
And they're discovering themselves. They're going like, oh, I think I like jazz.
Oh my God. I was at winter, but I think I'm in autumn now. It's that sort of thing.
exactly.
You know,
I'm just looking.
That
two of
changes
these
everything.
people.
David Tennant's definitely in autumn.
David Tennant and one of the others are both in a show about crime that was committed.
Broadchurch.
Broadchurch. On a beach, I was going to say, but yeah.
Did you want me to talk about Broadchurch? As a kid, it's dead.
Yeah, I found it pretty full on as a kid.
It's pretty full on.
As a kid, I was like, oh, this sucks.
As a kid.
No, I thought it was pretty good though, but yeah, if you want to
Broadchurch
talk
was
about that,
beautiful.
that'd be fantastic.
I'm
loving
Olivia
this.
Colman's there.
I'm loving this. Olivia Colman's great.
People love Doctor Who, Matt. People like it.
I love it. I like it.
Just let me convince you.
I'm in.
Let me tell you. Okay? All right.
I'm loving this.
Okay. So it's very romantic between Rose and the Doctor, and everyone wants them to get together, even though Rose has a boyfriend called Mickey, but it's sort of like, who cares about Mickey? Because this is...
poor Mickey.
Well, he does a lot of, like, he redeems himself and he does really great stuff and he does all these, like, gallant acts, saves the world a bunch. And so we're like, we love you, Mickey, but also at the same time, like, it's David Tennant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's David
He's
Tennant.
immortal.
He's immortal and he's Scottish.
What have you got?
Yeah. What have you got?
Oh, so he keeps his Scottish accent in this?
He doesn't, but he uses it in one episode.
Okay.
But they do have different accents. So, like, Christopher Eccleston has a northern accent, and Billy Piper's like, "Well, if you're an alien, why do you sound northern?" And she's like, "Lots of places have a north." It's just very
I like
cheeky.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of places have a north. It's really funny.
Oh, I do like that because it's so funny because that's actually true.
Yeah.
Like Australia, we have a north.
We have a north.
We're in the south right now.
Yeah.
That's
Whoa.
weird.
Isn't that crazy?
We're in the deep south.
Almost everything is north to us.
That's true.
We're in the
deep,
south
in the
country.
deep south.
Yeah. Are we not?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we're pretty deep.
yeah. But I'm going to keep doing the report.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So the Doctor and Rose have lots of adventures. They go back in time. They go to Scotland, and this is where he uses his real accent. And they meet Queen Victoria. And this episode is about werewolves. I don't know. Have you ever heard the rumor that, like, the British royal family are werewolves? This is apparently a thing.
rumor.
Yeah, like it's like a folklore. Like, oh, they're all werewolves, because I think some of them.
Have you heard?
All right, I'm being bullied. Okay, and I don't respect it.
Were you laughing about rumor because it's like, well, that's not a rumor.
Yeah, it's true.
Everyone knows.
Yeah. Fact.
Yeah, come on.
Anyway, so this episode is, I think, just sort of a play on that. She gets bitten by a werewolf, and she's like, and they're at a place called the Torchwood Estate, which is important. And she's like, I don't like this. I don't like this alien stuff. I don't like this Doctor stuff. This is not on. I'm going to set up a thing called Torchwood after this castle where I got bit by a werewolf, clearly. And that goes on to be Torchwood, which is like a whole new spin-off TV show. We also see them a lot in this thing. And Torchwood is like horny Doctor Who. So like Torchwood, she sets it up to protect Britain from aliens essentially. But the TV show Torchwood, which is sort of stars John Barrowman as Captain Jack Hartnell, the bisexual time traveling icon, who cannot die, goes on to be a big player in the Whoniverse. They're like sort of allies for the modern day Doctor, but they sometimes see things in different ways because they're a bit governmenty. Torchwood uses guns. The Doctor doesn't use guns. The Doctor's weapon of choice is actually brains and reason.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I love that.
And his screwdriver?
Love that.
And the sonic screwdriver that can not unlock a wooden door. Torchwood became a spin-off series, as I said. It's very sexy. It's set in Cardiff. They swear. They do all the things that the family-friendly Doctor Who cannot do. So the first episode is about an alien that like takes over people, makes them kill other people by fucking. It's super horny. It's really, really horny.
That's the first episode, did you say?
I think it's the pilot, yeah.
Right, Matt, are your ears pricking up here?
I'm listening.
Yeah. People love Torchwood. I was in Cardiff recently and like there's like Torchwood headquarters is meant to be at this place which was near the place I was performing. So I got my photo taken there with Tim and I was like, oh, that's from Doctor Who. That's from Doctor Who. That's from Torchwood. And Tim was like, oh my God. And then we saw like a wall that was like full of photos of someone who had died, like obviously tributes, there's flowers and stuff. And I was like, oh, what's that? Oh my God, that's so sad. Someone's died. And Tim was like, oh, it's probably fucking Doctor Who. And I was like, oh no, actually that is Doctor Who. That's Ianto's wall. That's a character from Torchwood. Yeah. And there's like just a whole wall where like fans have written letters to this character. But he was very important to people, I think, because he was like queer and a lot of young queer kids have been like, you changed my life, and it's very nice.
So nice.
Yeah, it means a lot to people.
Torchwood over? I guess you'll talk about that at some point.
You can watch Torchwood. I can't talk about Torchwood. It's too much.
Is Torchwood...
I looked up 4 seasons.
That is Doctor Who anagrammed or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And is that a coincidence?
Did you do that in your brain?
No, I can't remember if I knew that or if it just... I don't know. But it just
it is.
Looked,
it's an anagram of Doctor Who.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that's just coincidence in universe.
It's coincidence. Well, no, yeah, it's coincidence. Well, everything's happens for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they're at the Torchwood estate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know. I didn't.
But I'm sure I've heard that show is good. I didn't know it was all about fucking people to death. That sounds more like a Dave sort of show, but
yeah.
What, Bridgerton?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's also like a lot of people turn up in this. We see Giles from Buffy, Anthony Stewart Head.
Good on
He's
him.
in an episode where they go back to school. It's called School Reunion. They go back to school and Rose and the Doctor go undercover. The Doctor is a teacher and Rose is like this lunch lady and the teachers are secretly bats. And they are led by Giles from Buffy, and they are they're feeding all the kids.
What?
They're feeding, every single plot line is like this. You have to just go
lean
with it.
in. You have to lean in.
Because it's just, this is just how it is.
You have to go, okay, teachers and bats.
There's an episode where like people are taking this new weight loss drug and the people's fat is like melting off them in these tiny little cute things and they walk away. They're like, and they're just like wandering. And it's really cute.
Oh.
They're called adipose. It's just the way it is. It's very whimsical.
I love
I hope
that.
that was
I love that.
in one of the 70s versions.
No, it's no.
Just imagine.
it's just on a string. But yeah, no, it's very sweet.
I am being, because I never watched X-Files until Dave got me into it a few years ago. Now I really like that. It seems like it's just each episode's about some nonsense. It's just kind of a bit of a mystery and they try and figure it out and then I'd probably like it.
Yeah, I think so. I think you would like it, but you gotta lean in.
I just probably can't watch those old episodes. Or
No,
maybe
I
could.
can't watch those old episodes. Even I can't. I think you had to have like watched them growing up.
Where did you
Really
kind of
love
start?
them.
With Tennant?
I started with Tennant. I started when I was like 15. My best friend at the time really loved Doctor Who. And I was interested in having sex with that man.
Uh-huh.
And I think we just started...
Who, Doctor Who or The Friend?
The Friend.
The Friend.
We've all consumed some form of bad media for somebody we wanted to have sex with, okay?
And then I started liking it.
Yeah, Dave got me into the X-Files.
And it worked out all right.
I watched the Godfather trilogy as an example.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Really? Did that work?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It always works.
It always works.
It always works.
Foolproof plan. If you want to hook up with someone, watch their favourite media.
Yeah.
We used to have a rule in my house, in my share house in my early 20s, where if someone brought someone home, there was 5 of us that lived there, we were all very good friends. And if someone brought someone home, you weren't allowed to just take them to your room and sleep with them because we would all follow you into the room and go, what are you guys doing? You had to, in front of all of us, like look at your watch, not have a watch on, look at your wrist that didn't have a watch on it, go, oh, it's late. Do you want to come and watch Cruel Intentions with me? And we would all let you leave. And that was the only way that we would let you leave and go to your room. Yeah, that's beautiful.
I love it, like waiting for them. And if they don't do it, you're like, fantastic. Here we all go then.
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
And then the partner's like, oh, actually, I watched that last week. I'm all good.
Yeah. It's never happened. No one's ever said no to going to a bedroom to watch Cruel Intentions.
Yeah, there's no watching Cruel Intentions happening.
No, it's not even a real movie. But this episode with Giles from Buffy also brings back Sarah Jane Smith, who's one of the old companions, and the dog K9, who she's been hanging out with. And it brings up a lot of feelings for the Doctor. This is the first time where like the Doctor's confronted by an old companion, and she's like, I waited for you.
And it's the same actor?
Same actor.
Wow.
Same actor.
Like 30 plus years later or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she's like, I waited for you. And she's been doing her own investigation. And he's like so impressed by her. And Rose is like, who the fuck is this? That is really, but then they become friends. And Rose realizes like, oh, right, he one day will, I'm not the first one.
But did anyone watch Cruel Intentions with the Doctor or?
I reckon both of them have watched Cruel Intentions with the Doctor. That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
Anyways, a big spoiler here. But at the end of this, Rose Tyler gets trapped in another world because of a Cyberman-related incident, and the Doctor's only just learning to love again after his life of heartache, and he never quite makes it, and he tries to say that he loves her. There's this projection, like she gets stuck in a different parallel universe, and he can send a projection to her, and he's gearing up to say I love you, and he says Rose Tyler, and then
that's cruel.
It's really sad, and she's crying on the beach, and it's very heartbreaking. It's very, very sad.
Is that when Billy Pipe, does she have another show to go to?
I assume Secret Life of a Call Girl.
Call Girl.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I assume. So in season 3 of David Tennant, we meet Martha Jones, played by Freema Agyeman, another actor, again, who had also appeared in Doctor Who previously. She was in the Cyberman episode. She was like there, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, my cousin was in all of that." Like they just do this. I don't know why they do this.
I like it.
They test you.
I'm rewatching Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt at the moment, and Tina Fey plays 2 different characters in that series. Yeah. In different seasons, different hairstyles, but that's it. Yeah. It's just Tina Fey twice.
I think that's
good. And I'm like, yeah, do this more, I reckon.
Do it. It's nice. It's very nice.
Or like on Dick Van Dyke as Diagnosis Murder when his grandson Shane was in 9 separate episodes as 9 different characters.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
That's beautiful.
Great.
So.
But yeah. So we like.
And I hate it when people say, how does that even possible? Or when people say, how can someone in the show, in Friends, they like watching Die Hard and then Bruce Willis is in it. That's not Bruce Willis.
Yeah, that's right.
He's acting.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not, you haven't found a plot hole.
Yeah, that's like a classic. Why would an adult who's wearing a T-shirt that says "Genius at Work"?
Exactly, it's just like that.
I hope someone got fired for that blunder.
I'm looking at these masters, by the way.
Oh, the masters.
And they had some wild looks.
Yeah, they've had some absolute wild. Are you looking at the old ones?
Oh.
No, yeah, a lot of these. So there's 4 at the bottom. They're the new ones.
Yeah, okay.
They're the new Doctors.
I know her from stuff.
She's great.
He's really good. He's from Stuff.
Yeah, he's from Stuff.
Yeah, he's a lot of.
This would be a good podcast.
A lot of.
Pointing at a photo you can't see. Saying,
she's good.
He's from Stuff. He's from Stuff, isn't he?
I've seen him in Stuff.
I've seen him in
I reckon
Stuff.
that's a working actor.
He was Derek Jacobi, and she was Michelle Gomez.
That's their real names.
Yes.
Yes.
I reckon I know Michelle Gomez from that show with Brendan Fraser where he plays a robot man.
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol, yeah. She's from Doom Patrol.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's beautiful. We do get the Master again in this season. We meet the Master. There's some rhinos on Mars.
Yep.
There's some stuff that happens.
Say no more.
Bit of fun.
Yep.
But the Master this time is played by John Sim. He's good fun. He's really great. He's very again, I reckon, wants to fuck the Doctor, but hates the Doctor, wants to end the world. His like theme song is the "Here come the drums, baby, baby, baby." That's his song.
It's like
That rules.
Yeah.
Why does
It's
it
really
like
fun.
he's a
Child.
wrestler sort
Voodoo
of thing
child.
when he comes out?
Well, he's like he has this like a drum that's like always, but it's sent him mad because he looked into, again, I don't know, the time vortex something. He has this drum beat and it drives him mad, and it's the sound of these drums, and he's always like, this drumming is kind of like classic, you know, TV psychopath vibe. And then so then they have here come the drums when he's taken over the world. It's really fun. It's
That's
very, very fun.
very funny.
Yes, but we also have an episode where there is not really any Doctor. Like, there's a very, very small amount of Doctor, and the main bulk of the episode is played by a character that is played by Carey Mulligan.
Ah.
Yeah, it's called Blink, and it's a really like iconic episode, one of the most iconic episodes. That's about the Weeping Angels, which are genuinely very scary.
That one was terrifying, wasn't it? Yeah, I still remember that one.
Yeah, they're these stone
Like
angel
gargoyle-y
statues.
things, aren't
Yeah,
they?
like
Yeah.
gargoyles. And they cover their eyes, but if you look away from them, they will undo their eye and they can see you and they get closer to you. If you look away from them, they get
That's
closer to you. If
fun.
they touch you, they displace you in time, so they can send you back to whenever.
That
Wow.
sounds like a playground game.
Yeah, totally.
It's
What's the time,
What's
Mr.
the
Wolf?
time, Mr. Wolf? That's what
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
yeah.
yes, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
40-40 out. What was the 40-40 game?
How did 40-40
Yeah.
work?
I don't
can't
know what
remember.
40-40 is.
I think it was like this. If you got seen, you were out.
Nah, 40-40 was different, I thought.
I can't remember.
But
don't
yeah,
know.
it's what's the time, Mr. Wolf,
What's the
for
time,
sure.
Mr. Wolf?
Yeah, what's the time, Mr. Wolf? Yeah, but you can't look. You can't look away from them.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is scary.
Yeah, so it's a bit spooky, and Carey Mulligan's there, and the
I
Doctor's
don't
trying to
recognise
communicate.
Carey Mulligan. What's
what
she
to do.
from?
You don't recognise Carey Mulligan?
Wait, unless is this the right one?
That's the right one.
Yeah, from Promising Young Woman, The Great Gatsby, from one of the most successful actors of our time. You don't recognise Carey Mulligan? From
Oh,
Blink, the episode of Doctor Who?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's in Blink. She's in that one.
Married to that guy from Mumford and Sons.
Yes, Marcus Mumford.
Oh yeah.
A great actor.
Yeah, she's a great actor. And she really carries this episode. It's really incredible. It's very spooky. I would actually watch this episode.
She's in Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, yeah. She's in heaps
one
of
of the
stuff.
I
sisters.
just haven't seen any of these things.
That's okay.
I've heard there are a lot of good things there inside Llewellyn Davis.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I've seen-
Lulin. Inside Lulin.
I just have for whatever reason
think
not
that the
seen any of these things.
Listeners like listening to you just have a look through people's IMDb.
I assume that
I'm glad the cameras are rolling for
I'm
this.
pretty sure this will get edited out.
I reckon it absolutely doesn't. You assume a lot gets edited out that doesn't.
Yeah, I often hear you on the podcast say, this will be gone, and it's always in.
Please edit this out.
I don't think any tedious parts don't get out. Only potentially defamatory stuff gets
Yeah.
out.
Oh no, edit out the tedious bits for sure.
Leave
edit
in
out.
the defamation.
The defamation's funny enough.
It's exciting. That gets likes. That gets likes.
That gets on news.com.au.
That gets on news.com.au.
We've basically just given you some more movies to watch because, Carey Mulligan's really great.
I'll stop asking about actors if they're not going to fucking edit it out.
Why would you ask about them?
Well, for interest and you see where it goes, and
I
if it goes
can
nowhere, you
send
edit
you
it out. Do I need
the
to?
doc.
I might need to take over editing again.
Anyway, so we're with Martha Jones. She's our current companion. She leaves because she's in love with the Doctor. He can't love her back. He definitely loves Billy Piper still. She's like,
no.
all right, I'm out. She joins UNIT, which is like a Torchwoody fighting aliens-y thing. They got guns.
That sounds like they're aiming for another spin-off there.
Well, yeah, she sort of comes back and forth a bit. We see UNIT all the time. UNIT in capitals. And then we meet the new companion, which is Donna Noble, played by Catherine Tate.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favourite eras of Doctor Who. Catherine Tate. Do we know Catherine Tate? Do you want me to get her IMDb
Not
up?
funny. No, what's her thing? No, not bothered.
I'm not bothered.
Not bothered.
I'm not bothered.
Correct.
She's great. I've met Catherine Tate and she was great. She was really nice to me. She's really fucking funny, and they have one of my favourite episodes where they go to Pompeii.
Ooh.
I really like the historic episodes. So they go to Pompeii. It's called Fires of Pompeii. She reminds the Doctor of who they are because he's like, listen, we can't stop Pompeii. It's a fixed point in time. We can't be stopping Pompeii. It's a natural disaster. And she's like, they're all going to die. Fuck you. Do something. She's really passionate. She's really fun. And she does not love him. She does not want to fuck him. She thinks he's scrawny. It's just really fun. Like, they're really well matched.
Is it David Tennant?
It's David Tennant. So it's unrealistic that anyone wouldn't want to fuck him. But it's just great. She does such a great job of acting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really nice. So there are a lot of highlights in this era. Again, in The Fires of Pompeii, we also meet Peter Capaldi, who goes on to be a doctor later, but at this point he's just like a dude from Pompeii whose daughter, played by Karen Gillan, who would go on to become Amy Pond, one of the Doctor's companions in the next season.
But also, as a separate character?
As a separate character. Again, both of these.
Wow,
so,
love it.
yeah, Peter Capaldi plays the father of Karen Gillan. Karen Gillan's like in this weird sort of sect that like they consume the vapors of the fires of Pompeii, and it turns out to be an alien thing. There's a lot of rewriting history, like going back and like, oh, that was actually because of blah, 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 which I really enjoy and love. There's a lot of that. And yeah, then Karen Gillan goes on to play Amy Pond, a completely different character. And Peter Capaldi goes on to play the Doctor. Number 12, which is really interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Season 4, episode 5 is a big episode because it's called The Doctor's Daughter. The Doctor's genetic material is used to create this like militarized, it's not cum.
Okay, it's got to be cum, though. It's got to be. We're all
It's
thinking
not
that
cum.
his genetic material.
His genetic material is used. It doesn't say cum. I didn't say cum.
How did he supply it?
He came. But it wasn't cum that came out.
How many wangs does he have?
4.
2 hearts, 4 wangs.
2 hearts, 4 wangs.
Use them in that ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people have twice as many wangs as hearts they have. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the
I know
thing.
I
It's
do.
always there. Anyway, so they create like a daughter. Essentially, these like people without his permission make him a daughter who is played by David Tennant's now wife, Georgia Tennant.
Okie doke.
And she's also the daughter of Peter Davidson, the fifth
That's
Doctor.
right. I
in
knew
the
he
original
had
series.
married the daughter
No,
of
I
a
didn't
previous
know
Doctor.
that.
Yeah, so she's the Doctor's daughter, but she's actually the Doctor's daughter. And David Tennant, like, always, like, he's so Doctor Who, like, his whole life, he grew up wanting to be an actor so he could play the Doctor. And now he's married to Peter Davidson's daughter.
And is that why he's in like 50 more series than everyone else?
Yeah, he
Because he's like,
keeps
I
coming back.
love this.
He's like, let me
I
get him.
love this.
Let me keep going back. Yeah, he loves it.
Wow, that I didn't know.
Isn't that nice?
That is, for me, a fun fact because
Well,
I didn't know it.
I'm
That's a
actually
fun
in
fact.
charge of fun facts, so
Sorry, Jess, I didn't check in with you about that.
it is a fun fact.
As a fun fact.
I think it's a sweet fact.
It's sweet. I think it's really nice. It's real dream come true-y.
Yeah.
I like it.
Is that where they met? He met his wife?
It's real dream come true. We all want to marry our heroes' daughters. I want to marry David Suchet's daughter, of course. That's my dream.
I want to marry The Rock, Dwayne Johnson's daughter. That's not true. I don't want that. I'm sure she's a child, actually. She would not
she's
be
little.
a woman.
Yeah.
He's not very old.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess, I could just marry the Rock.
Yeah,
maybe.
you could do that.
I could just do that. I'll figure it out. I'll decide.
Would you change your name?
To Michelle Rock.
The Rock?
Dwayne Johnson.
Michelle the Rock.
Michelle the Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Matt Stewart has
What did
Googled
what did you
Catherine
Google?
Suchet?
David Suchet's daughter. Okay. What year is she born there?
83. Yeah, good
Oh,
year.
that's fine. That's okay.
That's absolutely there. That's
Fantastic.
That's a
completely
great
fine.
year.
That's a good year.
Right. There you go. Shall we call your wife now? Or?
Oh, there she is, my second wife, Catherine Suchet.
That's so nice. Your second wife for your second wang.
Exactly.
And you'll
I should be allowed a second wife.
A wife for every wang. A gentleman is allowed one wife per wang.
You should take her name.
David Suchet. Oh my God! Dream come true.
Dream come true.
I'm David Suchet.
That's
But then she's married somebody with the same name as her dad.
Yeah.
And that would feel a bit weird. I wouldn't like being married to a John.
Oh, okay.
We don't have any
Let's-
Johns around. You never meet a John, do you?
never
in
meet
our
a John.
age?
We can change David Suchet's name.
Two?
David
John.
Warnocky?
John
John.
John Perkins.
John Perkins.
Or Warnocky Suchet. Maybe he'll take
yeah.
your last name.
Yes, that
As
should
a
be the
first
new
name.
law. New rule as a thumb that...
As a thumb.
New rule
New rule
as a
as a
thumb.
thumb. The father-in-law.
Speaking as a thumb. New rule.
I've got 2 of them, so I can speak.
Wait, does that mean something? As a
Father-in-law.
thumb?
Rule of thumb.
Rule of thumb. So I'm going for.
Like, as a mother.
It took me too long to put together. I was like,
As a
where's
busy
he put
man.
thumb up from?
I missed the essential words of rule of. But from now on, I'm just going to say it as the thumb.
As a
I
thumb.
was picturing YouTube, little YouTube
Thumbnails?
pictures, yeah.
Our brains all went to different places, and that's exciting.
I mean, it was my bad. I made
Dave,
you do that.
Nobody
Yeah.
took Blame.
We didn't go to
No,
that different
Matt
of a
looked
place.
disappointed in himself. Like, I can't believe I thought thumbnail.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Anyway, edit all that out.
Okay, so we this is the end for Tennant. We're getting towards the end for Tennant. But everyone comes back because he's their favorite and they fucking love him. So like all the Torchwood cast are there. It's like a crossover episode. Sarah Jane Smith is back. Also, spoiler alert, Rose Tyler returns. She gets
From the
back
beach?
from the beach in Cardiff where she's been
That's awkward when all
Shunted
your
to-
exes turn up in the same room and you're like,
turn up.
oh.
Has that happened to you often, Dave?
Yeah, they're all there, all 500 of them. I'm like, oh,
Oh, no.
oh my God, relax. I've got 2 wanks going.
There's plenty of
Plenty
way for
around.
everybody.
Plenty of thumb for everyone.
Was this peaking at in popularity as well?
This was huge.
Yeah.
This would have been enormous.
Yeah.
For the country of Britain, Great Britain, England. But okay, so like we've still got Donna Noble. It's all happening. Rose and the doctor, they see each other. She's running to him and he gets shot by a Dalek.
No.
It is
Oh,
sad.
you're kidding.
She's cradling him, but he Captain Jack Harkness from Torchwood has this weird hand. The doctor is able to like put the energy into the hand, and then Donna Noble accidentally touches the hand and she becomes the doctor cloned. She becomes like the doctor, sort of. She's still her. They call her the Dr. Donna, which is very clear.
I like that.
But her human mind is too small to cope with all the information and all the things. And so she's like gonna die unless the doctor erases her entire memory of him. Again, it's very, very sad, but at least she lives and she will come back. So they go, do you know what? As long as she can never remember me. So he knows her family and stuff. She has this really lovely old granddad who loves looking at the stars. And they're like, all right, you guys can remember me, but she cannot remember me.
Oh,
That's really sad. And she just has an ordinary life. And you see her and she's always like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like I'm meant for more. It's really sad.
wow.
We also meet Dr. River Song in this series, who is played by Alex Kingston. She's this mysterious woman. She's a great match for the doctor intellectually. And she's like acting like they've fucked a bunch. She knows him, but she's like, oh, we haven't met yet on this timeline. But she has a little book that's like her diary and she won't let him read it because she keeps being like, spoilers, and that's flirting and I love her.
Okay.
So we're like, oh, who's this woman? And she goes on to be this fun kind of character. And then we have our 11th Doctor, Matt Smith, from 2010 to 2013. If he was a dog, he'd be a Weimaraner, I think.
Okay.
26, he's the youngest Doctor.
Ah.
Very young. A lot of people were like, too young. Like a lot of people weren't sure about it. But I liked it because I am young.
He'll always be Prince Philip to me. Is that guy?
I don't know if he's Prince Philip, but he's
No.
definitely in the program.
Well, okay. He'll always
Matt,
be.
do you know
He
what?
is Prince
You
Philip.
will
He
always-
is.
He's married to Queen Elizabeth II.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll
well,
always
either
be
way,
Prince Philip to me.
Thank you so much.
Which one's, who's the nonce? Allegedly.
Prince
Andrew,
Andrew.
allegedly.
Is it even?
You'll always be Prince Andrew to me.
Hang on.
Yeah, Matt
Well, I
Smith
thought that
is,
you
yeah.
were
Just
saying
because
Prince Andrew.
I don't sweat. Is that him as well?
Yeah, allegedly.
He's a handsome young fellow.
He's a handsome young fellow.
Good hair.
Good
Yeah.
bow tie.
Good hair.
Good
Very
tweed.
bow tie.
The bow tie. So sales of bow ties shot through the roof in the
Get
UK
out.
when he became the doctor because one of his first lines is like, I don't wear a bow tie. Bow ties are cool. And then a lot of people bought bow ties.
Doctor Who said it. He said
Doctor
it.
Who said it.
It's cool.
Doctor Who said I want a bow tie.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
Humans are so funny sometimes.
We really are. My boyfriend at the time started wearing a bow tie.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim? Was it Tim?
Yeah, it's always been Tim. I
Regenerating.
call them all Tim. Yeah, he regenerates. He regenerates, but yeah, it's always Tim.
It's always Tim.
It's always Tim.
He looks different.
The Tim.
Sounds different. Different family. Different. Wants to be called by a different name, but it's always Tim.
It's always Tim.
Similar.
Boyfriends are called Tim. That's what I say to everyone.
Yeah.
So they say, oh, my boyfriend, I'm like, just say Tim.
Just
I'll
say
get
Tim.
it.
I know what you
I'll
mean.
get it.
My
We
Tim.
know who you mean.
We know who you're talking about. We're all talking about Tim. So quick summary. Matt became the 11th Doctor. Youthful energy, quirky demeanour, a fun vibe. And he introduced companions Amy Pond, played by Karen Gillan, who is my friend.
Yeah.
Who is really lovely. She's really great. She's very funny and she's also kind of like sexy. We meet her and she's kind of sexy. She wears like a big, like a big red jumper and this tiny little black skirt. And we're all like, oh my God, who's this? And she's kind of confident and she doesn't really need the doctor, which is very fun. And then she's got a boyfriend called Rory Williams.
She's from Jumanji.
She's from Jumanji,
Jumanji.
and the MCU.
Yep.
Who's she in the MCU?
Nebula.
Nebula.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a very good actor. She's a
She's
lovely
in
person.
Doctor Who as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like what started her career in terms of like really elevated her, I guess.
I saw a video the other day on TikTok or Instagram of an interview of her talking about exactly that, saying that it was like the first sort of big proper job she got.
Yeah. She's really
Sick.
funny. She's a great.
I think I saw
great girl.
a clip of her on one of the American talk shows being very funny.
Yeah, she's married to a comedian. She's a funny girl. Rory Williams, played by Arthur Darvill, another sort of character actor from the UK, and later Clara Oswald, played by Jenna Coleman, who was very pretty and made me get a fringe when I really didn't need to get a fringe.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Did you say fringes are cool?
She said fringes are cool and fringe sales shot through the roof. Anyway, we find out more about Dr. River Song.
That's really funny.
That really tickled that. That was good.
You like that? You quite like that?
Fringe sales. One fringe, please.
Oh, actually, speaking of Fringe, aren't you going to one
I'm going to
soon?
Edinburgh Fringe. Yeah, Edinburgh Fringe.
And that's true. Like, people might be listening to this in 2024 when it comes out, but this plug is evergreen.
Because I'm always going to Fringe.
Yeah.
There'll always be another one.
There's always another one. There's always a text message from me going, guys, can I come on the podcast and I've got to promote Edinburgh Fringe and I've got a book coming out.
Wait, what's your book?
It's called My Brother's Ashes Are in a Sandwich Bag. You can pre-order it.
Where's it?
It's already out pre-sold, a really fancy book that I actually realised halfway through the sentence I shouldn't have said, but it's good. It's going well.
The Bible?
Yeah, the Bible.
Really
I didn't want to say it.
fancy
I don't
book.
want God to feel bad because, like, he wrote that book, like, ages ago.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing, like, heaps of people have already read it. Like, I think, but my book is maybe just, like,
Nobody's read it yet.
nobody's read it yet.
fresh.
It's new, it's fresh, it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's different commandments,
Mm.
you know?
What
It's
are
like
your 10?
My 10?
Yeah.
Get a dog.
Yep.
Have a sandwich. Kiss each other.
We're trying.
Yeah.
They got to buy the book to get the others.
You got to buy the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
that's
just
the
a
three.
that's a taste.
That's a good
That's a
sample.
little
When
taste.
will it be out?
September. But you can pre-order it currently.
Fantastic.
And if you pre-order it, it's really good. If you go into a shop, if you go into like your Dymocks, your readings, you go into that shop, you say, do you have Michelle Brazier's book? When does that come out? And they say it comes out September. You say, can I order that? That's the best thing you can do. If you walk in there and you ask them, that's the best gift
the
you can
best.
give me. Second best thing you can do is you can order it online. Third best thing you can do is go into the shop and say, do you have Michelle Brazier's book? And they say no. And you say, oh, okay, can you let me know when it's in? And you don't have to buy it.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. But just
Right.
get them to order a bunch.
They're three more of your commandments.
We'll just make it clear
There's
that they
only
want it.
4 left.
Yeah, buy the book. Tell people you want the book. But yeah, that's the best way to support the book if you want to do that. That's the best way. But yeah, we get to know River Song. She ends up being Amy Pond's daughter somehow. Timey-wimey. Amy Pond and Rory's daughter. Something. I should rewatch that series, but I'm unable to rewatch it now because I am friends with Karen,
Yeah.
and so it's weird.
Yeah, you can't watch anything your friends are in.
No,
I've
don't
never,
support
I've
your
never
friends.
consumed any of
Yeah.
your work.
Yeah, and don't.
I don't.
Don't look at it.
I come to your live shows sometimes just so like you know that I'm there and I just sit with my eyes covered. I'm like, this is so embarrassing.
Thank you, because I always think, oh, Jess is here. Cringe.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I hate it.
Disgusting.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
They say opposites attract. That's why the Sleep Number Smart Bed is the best bed for couples. You want a bed that feels firm, but they want soft? Sleep Number does that. You want to sleep cooler while they like to feel warm? Sleep Number does that too. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number number 1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, Sleep Number Smart Beds start at $999. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. For J.D. Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Stephen Moffat took over as showrunner during this period. Vincent and the Doctor, beautiful episode, played by Tony Curran.
I haven't seen that whole episode, but that clip has come up on Facebook
So many times.
and it's like 700 million views or something.
Yeah,
It's
people
really
love
nice.
it.
It's lovely, but it's also brutal because you're like, oh, that would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
it's true.
he died not knowing.
Not knowing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. So he's like, in that episode, he's plagued by like an invisible monster because they were like, we don't want to have aliens in this. And they're like, it's Doctor Who, you have to have aliens. And they're like, fine. So they gave him like battling invisible demons kind of thing.
Right.
And it's really beautiful and well handled and nice. And he's like, doesn't believe in himself and feels really shitty. And everyone's mean to him. And then the Doctor takes him to the future, to the Doctor Who, to the Doctor Who museum and says, look how famous I am. Doesn't that make you feel better? Yeah. To the Vincent Van Gogh Museum. And he's like, look at all these people looking at all your artwork.
It's crazy that he wouldn't have been appreciated in his time. You look at the paintings, like, I don't understand how, and they were
They're really
quite
nice.
different, and
Yeah.
I don't understand how it would have gone unnoticed.
That happened to so many.
Yeah, true.
What's happening to me now?
When you die,
Yeah.
our podcast is going to really take
Yeah,
off.
number one, baby.
People are going to love it.
And Dave and I will continue it.
We'll be
Please.
there.
Your honour.
We'll be there to
Please.
cash in.
People are going to eat it up.
pay
Honour
tribute
him,
to
yes.
I'd love it if you did.
Yeah.
I want you to have me stuffed and put in the studio.
And if we're being real,
Well, that's
if
on
I go,
record.
the podcast has to end. Okay, Michelle, please.
Oh,
continue.
wow.
We better edit that out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
know if just saying that because on record I'll say it won't.
I think if I go,
On record.
I think if I go, the podcast has to end.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
If you go to Edinburgh.
Yeah, if I go to
So we
Edinburgh.
have to stop it every freaking year.
Yeah.
Every August, we have to take August off.
Take
Oh,
August
good. Let's
off.
take the coldest, wettest month in Australia off. Fantastic.
Great.
Perfect.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Isn't that what you're doing, Jess?
Yeah.
Yeah. In 2013, we introduced a new Doctor, but this is not the next Doctor. So we meet John Hurt. Do you know John Hurt? Character actor, again.
Hurt
Great,
Locker.
really good actor. Dramatic
Yeah,
actor.
no, I know John Hurt.
Locker.
That's what I call him.
The John Locker.
The John Locker. The Day of the Doctor is a special that aired in November 2013 as part of the 50th anniversary celebrations of Doctor Who. So David Tennant's in this, Matt Smith. It's called The Day of the Doctor. We meet the incarnation of the Doctor who blew up the Time Lords. And this is like the War Doctor, who was there in the war. Together with David Tennant's Doctor and Matt Smith's Doctor, he's able to rescue Gallifrey and the Time Lords. So they undo the damage, hide it away in a little pocket of time so that it will not be destroyed, but they also can't find it. Billie Piper also comes back, but she's kind of not Rose. It's just kind of it's a very good special, but it's too complex.
Yeah, okay.
And this is an overview. Okay.
Yep.
So
yeah,
chill
no,
out.
I think it's good because you're leaving some things for us to enjoy for ourselves.
Well, there's a lot for you to enjoy for yourselves, guys. There's
Because
a lot.
I think I'm going to watch this.
Do you? You
I think
actually?
I am, yeah.
I think that you will like it, but I'll tell you specific episodes that you should watch.
Okay.
Because I think Blink is a good episode. Like, watch that episode.
All right.
Start with that.
Then you'll have seen the work of Kerry Mulligan.
Then you'll finally find out who this Carrie
I
Mulligan
can't
character is.
watch anyone who's Michelle's friend. I just can't.
Carrie
No,
Mulligan
okay.
isn't my friend. I don't know Carrie Mulligan.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can watch her and it won't be cringe.
But you can't watch any MCU or you can't watch Jumanji anymore
No,
because of
no,
Karen
I
Gillan.
can't do my weekly watching of Jumanji
I know.
anymore.
Original or remake?
The remake.
Yeah, the two remakes.
We were surprised
you're
at how
so
good that was.
sorry.
I
You were
should be
asking
clear.
me the
I love
question.
watching my friends work. It's
No,
just
I
that
was
like
asking.
Oh, remake.
I was like a Whovian at the time, and then I had to pretend I wasn't one. And so if I watch it again, I won't be able to look Karen in the eye, and it will ruin everything. If that makes sense,
Yeah.
you know, it'll just ruin everything.
Yeah, she's the kind of person. Is the vibe I'm getting? She's like a monster, and she's the kind of person that if you say, "I really liked watching you in something," she will she'll just chop you off.
People always get mad at you. That's the thing. If you say I liked your work, people they
hate
hit you.
hearing
They
that.
hit you.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
fight
yeah.
you. They fight you on it. That's
Yeah.
what I find.
Yeah.
I normally kiss them.
You just kiss.
Yeah.
But he's never liked anything Jess and I have been in, so that's why we've never kissed.
We've just got to keep making
No, they've
stuff.
never said anything to me. They've never said we liked what you're in.
Yeah. We can't lie.
You're smooching. We have our 12th Doctor now after this, Peter Capaldi, again, from the Pompeii episode. He would be a wolfhound if he was a dog. His doctor is a
Yeah.
wolfhound. He's kind of more grumpy.
You did skip over Simon
Gruff.
Baker. What would he be as a dog?
Simon
Who?
Baker.
Simon Baker.
The Mentalist.
The Mentalist. He'd be Chihuahua.
Liam Baker? No. Colin Baker?
Tom Baker?
Tom Baker.
Oh, I didn't do the early doctors as dogs because I haven't spent enough time with them.
Right.
I can't
And
assign a person a dog off watching a few episodes. I need to deep dive.
Well, I'm going to say Tom Baker is a German Shepherd because they have a little thing around their neck and he wears a scarf.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What do they have around their neck?
That's a little barrel
Wouldn't
of
you
whiskey.
think that would be
That's not German Shepherds, but yeah.
Wouldn't you think that's a greyhound?
St. Bernards.
St. Bernards. Yeah.
Don't you think it would be a greyhound?
Greyhound.
They're always wearing scarves.
Oh,
Because they get cold.
They get cold.
You're
He's
right.
got a hat too.
Greyhounds.
What kind of dogs are we?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Putting you on the spot, so,
I think Matt's a wolfhound.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think Matt's a wolfhound. I think Dave.
I've had to Google so many things you've said today.
I think Dave, I think you might be a Boston Terrier.
Oh my God, that's good. That is good.
Yeah.
Can you look up Boston Terrier?
Frenchie
Sounds like
adjacent.
awesome.
It's a
Frenchie
Frenchie.
adjacent.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Frenchie,
longer
but different.
legs. Yeah.
Tall.
And more
Tall
rounded
Frenchie.
ears was
Thanks.
Frenchie's. Frenchie's.
Not that one, though. Not that one, I'm guessing. With a bow tie.
Oh, my God.
Maybe this one.
The first one needs help.
Yeah, more,
Yeah.
That's a
more
beautiful
that
dog.
one, but smiling.
They look a bit like
That one
Frenchies,
is
yeah.
very funny.
I think Jess
Beautiful
is.
blue eyes.
But yeah, like Dave.
I think Jess is a border collie.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you so
that's lovely.
much.
Yeah, I think you're a border
love
collie.
border
Is that
collies.
Lassie? Lassie Border Collie.
Ish. What kind of dog am I? Do a little bit different.
I'm not as good
Different
at
kind of
this
collie.
as you are. You've really nailed all of those.
Thanks. I
very
appreciate that.
good.
I can keep doing the report and you can tell me if you think of it.
Because I almost want to say, but I don't think this is an insult. I almost want to say poodle.
No, that's so nice. That's my whole life aspiration is to be a poodle.
Okay, great. Because I think that is the sort of
see
energy.
poodle.
Yeah.
I can
so
see
nice.
poodle.
Lassie's
Yeah.
a rough collie.
A rough collie. Yeah. Rough collies are beautiful. They're the long haired. Yeah,
Right.
Lassie.
Because poodles are smart,
Thank you.
but they're also like pretty and elegant.
And breed with everything.
They breed with
Yeah.
everything. They're sluts.
They are sluts.
In a good
and
way.
That's why I'm a poodle. Thank you. Thank you for this.
Oh man,
I needed this.
That was stressful.
Yeah, but you landed well.
Thank God.
You brought it. You stuck the landing. That means good, isn't it? Stuck is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuck the landing. Yeah, absolutely. You've done a great landing.
You want to stuck it.
You want to.
You don't want to
Stuff the
fuck
landing.
the landing.
You don't
Yeah.
want to stuff the landing. You
Oh
want to
no,
stuff
I've
the
stuffed the landing. So what happened? Oh, pilot stuffed the landing.
Yeah, land on the roof.
So we had to stop the podcast. 12th Doctor, Wolfhound, Peter Capaldi. He's like a fucking great actor. Really, really good. Very intellectual. Very like a moral dilemma doctor. It's just a very dark season. This is like, when Buffy gets to the end of Buffy. You guys all know Buffy.
I know Buffy,
It's
yeah.
that kind of vibe, but it's very dark and it's very like, he's with Clara Oswald again. Companion.
She was in heaven and they
Brought her back.
tore her out of heaven.
Tore her out.
It's going to be dark.
It's so tough. It's exactly the time period I'm talking about. When she was bad, I think it's called.
But the
episode.
musical was so good as well.
The musical was so good.
And then she finally opens up and in song talks about how she felt betrayed because they took her out of heaven.
Sometimes you can't speak. All you can do is sing.
Great episode.
Beautiful
nice.
episode.
One of the many great musicals I love.
And it had
Little
that
Orphan
bat
Annie.
from Doctor Who in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the bat.
We also had a new companion. We meet Bill Potts, played by Pearl Mackie, who's really fun, and also gay. The first lesbian companion, I think.
Nice.
Stephen Moffat continued as showrunner. Mark Gatiss, Sarah Dollard. We get some more fun writers. There's a billion writers. I can't name them all. And we get a new master. And the master is called Missy now. She's a girl and she is played by Michelle Gomez, as we discussed before.
Who you
So
recognise from something?
Madame Rouge from the Doom Patrol.
Oh, okay, cool.
She's really good. They're really well matched. It's really, really great. 13th Doctor. Sorry, I know I'm speeding through them, but there's so much plot.
Because because I do, having never really watched it, I do remember there being a lot of chat in the fandom or whatever about there being a rule that there's only 12 and they're like, how are they going to deal with this?
Yeah.
We're actually getting close to running through that many now.
So there's this theory, right, that the Doctor, or not a theory, this is not a theory, this happens in an episode where Clara, one of the companions, they go back to Gallifrey and they beg the Time Lords for an extra, for more regenerations because the Doctor has spent all of this time, he kind of gets stuck he has to defend Gallifrey or something, and she's like, hey, he did all this hard work. He's going to die of old age because he's literally just been standing guard. Hasn't he earned another regeneration? And they're like, yes. And so we get another Doctor.
Right. And they're going to have to keep doing that every season now?
No, they don't have to because let me tell you, they do not have to, and I will explain.
Okay.
I'll explain.
Bit of sizzle.
So, 13th Doctor, 2017 to present, Jodie Whittaker, she'd be a golden retriever. She's very curious. She's very fun. She's not really as dark as the others. She's just like, let's go. She's
Is
really
she a good
cute and
actor?
fun.
Because in
Brilliant actor. She's great in Broadchurch.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't like her? Were you
Oh,
gonna
no,
say
I
no?
just wasn't sure if she was a good actor.
Oh, I think she's an incredible actor. I think
That's
she's
what I was thinking, actually, now that you mentioned
You weren't sure if she's a good actor.
Yeah, or
Or
a
an
great
Yeah.
actor, or an incredible actor. Yeah. I thought she was better than good.
I think you're the first person I've ever heard question her acting ability, to be honest. I
Wow.
think she's quite well regarded. That's my understanding.
Oh, yeah, no, she's, I just thought, like, that, because I've only ever seen her play one character, and that one character was a mourning, a mum who's...
Cries a bit.
Yeah.
Cries a bit.
But just, I don't know, and, she was
One of
probably
those.
just nailing that sort of
Sad.
almost numb, wooden sort of... vibe, which, if I see her in other things, I imagine she'll probably not be like that. And
I think she won awards for that.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I certainly...
Yeah. You're really backtracking on this.
Yeah, only because
You
now
are
I found out
reversing
she's
quite
really...
Incredible.
Quite fast.
Yeah, because I only thought she was really good.
For years, I hated Emily Blunt.
Did you?
Yeah, because of Devil Wears Prada, I was like, she's a bitch. I hate her. And then she appeared in rom-coms and great movies, and she's very funny and seems quite nice. And I'm like, you were just acting.
Yeah. It's annoying.
And it tricked me.
They can trick you. They can really trick you, these actors.
Yeah, sneaky, the lot of them.
Very sneaky. Jodie Whittaker became the 13th Doctor, making it the first time the Doctor was portrayed by a woman in theory. In theory. We also had Joanna Lumley. We'll ruin this in a second. Her era has focused on sort of diverse storytelling. We're exploring new worlds. Companions were Graham O'Brien, who was the guy who was like from... I don't know. It was like, let me find out.
Graham O'Brien.
Bradley Walsh. What was he from? What was his?
Oh.
What's the Chase?
Is that the Chase guy?
He's from
yeah.
the Chase.
He hosts the Chase, the UK version.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the Chase. Yeah.
He's the one who cracks up in that other clip that always go, the two clips that always go around
yeah,
the
the other one.
The Van Gogh one, and also the other one
Him
is
laughing
Fanny
at the
Schmeller.
Fanny Schmeller.
They're the two clips from the internet.
Yeah, those two clips. But he's really fun. Ryan
So he's on
Sinclair.
Doctor Who?
He's on Doctor Who, yeah. He's a companion. He's there. He met Rosa Parks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
So
really
I
fun.
just know him as the Chase guy.
Yeah. Ryan Sinclair, played by Tosin Cole and Yasmin Khan, Mandeep Gill, and Yasmin Khan and the Doctor have sort of a romance between them, which is fun. Chris Chibnall has taken over as showrunner at this time, and people complained a lot about this series, probably because she was a woman, which
Yeah.
is very boring.
They don't like change.
Yeah, people don't like change. But there is definitely, this romance between the Doctor and Yasmin, which I think is fun. I think that Jodie's Doctor is really fun. She meets, again, Rosa Parks. She goes to the Salem witch trials and they meet Alan Cumming, who plays King James.
He's so good.
The first, he's
So
so good.
good.
He's so good. A lot of history gets rewritten in this episode, which is really fun. We get to see a new version of the Doctor's youth and find out that maybe the Time Lords actually were not so great. So we meet another Doctor that crosses over with this timeline. Her name's Jo Martin, played by Jo Martin, sorry, and she's called the Fugitive Doctor, which is, I think the idea is she's the one who ran away from Gallifrey at the time. She's a black woman, so this is reintroducing another female Doctor and another black Doctor, which is very exciting.
Is this the Doctor? Every time you say a Doctor, is this different Time Lords? Or this is all the same person, just at different times?
All the same person, but these two are crossing over in the same timeline.
Right.
So they meet each other. The Doctors have this thing where they can put their memories into a fob, an old watch for safety if they need to forget who they are so much so they protect their identity, and then they open
that's
the
fun.
watch and they can come. They do it a couple of times, and she's done that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Honestly.
I love it because anything's possible. Just what's the episode we want to do?
Yeah.
Oh, Rosa Parks. Okay, well, that means that...
Yeah. How can
Yeah.
we get the doctor involved in this?
yeah.
But imagine if you had that little watch that you could put all your memories in and you just do that at night time so that you can go to sleep without thinking about something embarrassing you did in year 9.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be nice.
And then in the morning, you just open up the thing.
and go,
you remember
yeah,
it all.
that's
You
right.
go, oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'd do? Throw away the fob watch and just live a happy life.
Some would argue that's what
Yeah.
I've done because
Yeah.
I don't remember anything.
Yeah, that's true.
We just eternal sunshine of the spotless mind.
Yeah.
We just chop out every negative memory.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Beautiful. Anyway, this new doctor, she's like more 1960s. You can tell she's a previous version because she's grumpy like they used to be, a bit more stern. And her TARDIS, the inside of it looks like the 1960s one because they change with every doctor.
That's fun.
They get a new update of the interior, which is really fun. The TARDIS just changes itself.
Gets a bow tie.
It gets a bow tie.
TARDIS bow tie sales went through the roof.
And we get a new master as well, played by Sacha Dhawan. Very unhinged, spoiled brat, which I love. He finds Gallifrey. So you know how we like hid it away, finds it, they go there, and then there's a lot of hatred between him and the doctor, but we find out that actually the doctor is not just like a native Gallifreyan. They've called the doctor the timeless child a few times in a few different episodes. They've said the timeless child, just like randomly. Anyway, so we find out the meaning of that. It's this child that was like orphaned, this tiny little baby, and there's people on Gallifrey looked at the baby was like able to regenerate into different children, and they just did all these experiments on this child and like made them regenerate, killed them over and over and over again, forced them to regenerate, and then like did experiments to try and find out how they were doing that, and then stole it and injected themselves and then like passed it on down the generations of Time Lords. So it's actually a technology that's kind of stolen from the Doctor.
So the Doctor's
He's
the original.
The Doctor's the original.
Wow.
Yeah, which is a big change of canon.
Yeah, that's
And
huge.
were some people annoyed at that?
Yeah, people get annoyed about everything.
People don't like change.
Yeah,
generally.
yeah.
You know, for the most part, it's fine. And after this season, Jodie regenerates, but she turns back into David Tennant.
Oh,
Wait, David Tennant's back?
David Tennant comes back for 3 specials.
Whoa.
That's fun.
And he's like, I don't know why I'm back. I don't know what this is. And then he like finds himself on Earth and he meets Donna Noble again, but he's like, oh my God, she can't see
Dr.
me.
Donna.
The Dr. Donna. He's like, she can't remember me. He runs into her and she's like, can you help me? Like, she's just like carrying a bunch of shit. And she's like, bugger off. Like, she's annoyed at him. She's got a daughter. She's got this daughter called Rose, which is very nice. As
Wait,
a little nod.
is this the one about Charles Dickens? Because this is ringing a bell.
No, Charles Dickens.
Was it a
is-
Christmas thing? No.
That is a Christmas thing. They always have lots of Christmas
I
specials.
might have seen 2 episodes because I watched.
You might have.
Oh. Look at him, prolific watcher.
Yeah, you know heaps about this.
This rings
is your
a bell,
favourite
but
show.
I didn't know. I didn't know that why there was the older lady and the younger lady. I didn't realize the connection. It was all very confusing.
Yeah.
Because she didn't remember him, but I didn't know why.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. No, that's fair. It's
Look,
confusing.
I
It's a
might
lot.
also have not seen it.
You might have just been making it up. And that's fine. But Catherine Tate has, this daughter. She's all grown up. She meets aliens in the backyard. She's a trans, the girl. She's a trans girl. And she's like a teenager. So like some kids at her school have bullied her, but she can kind of hold her own. She's a cool girl. And I think this is because like, I think David Tennant might have come back for this because he has a trans kid and he's very outspoken ally for the trans community. So it's all very exciting. And then when Donna died, or was about to die, she was like glitching and she was like binary. And then kind of like they are able to save the world through the power of Rose being non-binary because of the Dr. Donna being in her DNA, and I guess the play on words. It's a little bit cringe, but it's also very, very sweet.
Okay.
Like it's
'Cause
really
it
nice.
feels very cringe.
It's cringe, but it's like
binary.
oh, well, no, that's like that happened ages ago.
And was that
Okay.
planned at the time, or did they go?
No, it wouldn't have been
"Hang
planned at
on
the
a
time, but they would have gone,
second"?
oh. But yeah,
Non-
because when Donna's like glitching out, she's like, to the power of binary. And then like, oh no, she's going to die. And then like, so like seasons and seasons later, it's quite clever, but it is also like, it's very well-rounded and very nice. But it is very heartwarming. I loved it. I
It's
thought it
a
was
funny
like very
thing
sweet.
when things are so perfect they come together. It's like
people always go, oh.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't help, even though it's so nice.
Yeah, isn't it
but
funny?
I was like, oh, okay, but I also was crying. So, it was very lovely. We meet a new villain called the Toymaker, played by Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh.
He was really fun.
I had forgotten he was in this.
He's got all these creepy games and a brand new Disney budget, which is very exciting.
Disney's just bought BBC or whatever.
Doctor Who's moved to Disney Plus. I don't know if you've noticed. That's moved away, but it's still very much rooted in the BBC.
And does it still air on the BBC, do you think, in the UK, or do they don't get access to it anymore?
Oh, I think it does. Let me check. I can ask the internet.
That just would have been sad if it was on the same thing for 60 years and everyone could watch it. And now it's like, sorry, you have to pay $19 a month now.
Yeah, you've actually got to be a subscriber. And we're going to up the prices every few months.
Yeah, no, I think it's together. Yeah.
Everyone's a winner, baby!
Yeah, I think it's friends.
That's nice.
That's my understanding, but I don't know. Anyway, I don't look into the politics of things. I don't want to look at that. I only want it to be perfect. But yeah, it's very nice. And he has a big ray gun. He shoots the Doctor, and the Doctor bi-generates into both David Tennant still existing and Ncuti Gatwa, who's our new Doctor. Who's our sexy, young 30-something. Again, we've got a young Doctor. He is gorgeous, confident, really great.
Yeah.
And
they are just so...
Sorry, I'm so
there's two of them.
Curious. So, and is it just so David Tennant can come in for a few episodes at a time?
I reckon, yes. I reckon that's exactly what it's like. Yeah, what it's for. And David Tennant can also, in theory, go hang out with the Dr. Donna now, because she can live with it because of the power of Rose, her daughter.
Oh.
And we see Rose a few times. Rose comes back. She starts working with Unit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's really fun. And then now we have Ncuti, which is really exciting. It's like this. We also have Jinx Monsoon as a villain in the new series. So you can start from zero with this new series. Once you get to Ncuti, it's like, okay, clean slate. We'll explain it all, whatever you need. A new companion called Ruby Sunday.
And who's that Jinx Monsoon?
Jinx Monsoon is a drag queen.
I was going to say that's like a James Bond name. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah, it's a really, really good name.
You know what? James Bond names and drag names, similar vibe.
Very similar.
Yeah.
That's
Love
true.
'em.
That's very true.
Octopussy,
Octopussy.
Great drag name.
Goldfinger.
Yep.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
good drag names.
I'm all meant characters rather than movie names. On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
A lot of vagina.
Ruby Sunday was the...
Ruby Sunday is the new
great
companion.
companion name.
Ruby
Yeah,
Sunday.
that's great too.
Ruby Sunday.
She's played by Millie Gibson. She's fun. She also sings. She's kind of cute. There's a
Nice.
musical episode with Jinx Monsoon plays the maestro, who's this kind of evil. It's very Who Framed Roger Rabbit, this episode.
Cool.
And it's a musical episode. They meet the Beatles, but the Beatles, they go back in time and all the music's shit. And the music's the Beatles are there and they're recording. They're like, we're going to watch the Beatles. And the Beatles are like, oh, I've got a dog and my dog's called Trevor. It's just real shit. And they're like, oh, we have to save music. It's very fun. Very fun, very camp.
I like that.
Very camp. There's an episode called Dot and Bubble, which is my favorite episode, which is it's kind of about being online. There's this community of young people who live on a planet and they're always living in this bubble. And you notice after a while, you're like, oh, everyone is white. And it becomes sort of oh, okay, I wonder if that's accidental or if it's just a thing. But it does seem very white. And at the end of it, the Doctor saves the day and they won't, and he can save their lives and they won't come with the Doctor because they're racist. And it's really interesting. And apparently that was Ncuti's first day on set. Was shooting the scene where they say, we can't come with you, we can't travel with you. We appreciate what you've done, but it is your duty to look after us. And we can't come with you. And it's this really beautiful, powerful scene. And it's just nice to address it, I think.
Yeah.
Because of the people online and things like that.
You think it's beautiful that a whole planet died?
Yeah. A planet of racists, Matt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Racist content creators, Matt.
Okay, well, okay.
It's fine.
We don't need them.
Don't worry about him. And there's a Bridgerton ep where Ruby Sunday's oh my God, it's like Bridgerton. It's very much like that. The Doctor meets Jonathan Groff. Do you guys know Jonathan Groff, music theatre star? Yes. And
Tony winner.
Yeah, Tony winner. And
Thank
the
you.
Doctor and Jonathan have the Doctor's first romance. He's a bounty hunter, very Captain Jack Harkness vibes.
What a hot couple.
It is such a hot couple. And he leaves, he sacrifices himself, but he's, shot out somewhere in the world and his last words are find me. And it's very sexy and it's like, yeah, he's going to find you. I'm really excited. It was really nice. It's really cute.
No, I don't.
So we have our first gay black doctor, which is really exciting.
How many? We've had straight black doctors.
Well,
Sort of.
I actually don't know. Yeah, I think she
'Cause
has
that
a
was the
husband.
past. Oh yeah, right.
I think she had a husband. Oh, but that was, I don't know.
That was the 60s though. Could have been a beard.
No, was it? Could have been a beard.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of celebs.
I just like people talking about beards.
Yeah, I like it too. You got a great beard, Dave. And
Thank you.
But yeah, celeb appearances. We got Matt Lucas, Alan Cumming, Simon Pegg, Neil Patrick Harris, Jinx Monsoon, Kylie Minogue. She plays a maid on the Titanic, which is a spaceship version of the Titanic in
that
Voyage of the
rules.
Damned. Voyage of the Damned is a special that you could buy tickets to see at the cinema. It's like a Christmas special, and I entered a Women's Day competition 26 times to win tickets, and I won 26 times, and the cinema was very empty. But it means what do you mean?
Do they have to let you know via the phone as well? Hello again.
So no
It was
one
like a
entered?
text. It was like a text. Yeah, I guess no one entered. I guess the crossover of Doctor Who and Women's Day is not that big.
That's so
And
great.
you got 26 tickets. And I'm guessing 25 of your friends wanted to come.
I brought 4 friends who had not seen Doctor Who.
That is so cute.
You have to
But
call up
they-
and give 21 tickets back.
Yeah, it's really funny. And it was very fun to watch at this half-empty cinema. I was so excited, and it was a real oh. Anyway, I love the Doctor because, listen, his whole power is he's very kind. They're very nice. They just help people. They don't use weapons. I think it's been a big, good influence on me. And I think it's also meant because I was so attracted to David Tennant's Doctor, I think it meant that I was never attracted to mean-spirited men or men who weren't good people. I think that really helped program me.
You hate a bad boy.
I hate a bad boy.
You say, oi, park within the lines.
Park in the lines. Get
They're
out
there
of
for a
here.
reason.
The lines. I knock on the window. I say, "G'day, mate." Lines are here for a reason.
Yeah. Okay.
You got a real problem with Dave, don't you?
Yes, he's a bad boy.
Oh, no, I'm just a bad parker. I just can't get it in the line. I tried. This
Yeah.
is 8 attempts.
Anyway, this has been my report on Doctor Who, and as Steven Spielberg allegedly once said, the world would be a poorer place without Doctor Who.
Oh, that's nice.
I think
miss
that's true.
Steven.
It means
High
a lot
praise.
of lot to people.
Oh, Senor Spielberg himself. Incredible.
It does make me want to watch it, as all of these sort of reports about a franchise like this do.
Yeah.
And
it's very silly. There's
it's-
lots of silliness.
it's comforting to know I could pick it up with this current season and,
You can-
and give
yeah.
that a go.
You
It's
can
a
start
nice
from now.
entry and
Yeah, you can absolutely start from now. But you just have to go in with a sense of whimsy and knowing that they know it's funny.
It's a
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
it's fun.
They know.
It's silly.
It's silly.
I've got great memories of it because of growing up with that videotape that I just watched over and over again, The Five Doctors. And then my high school girlfriend's family were into it, and they used to have
she was a mop though.
no, this is pre-mop. This is more of a dustpan and broom. And her family would watch it every Sunday night and cook a curry, and they called it Doctor Who curry.
That's beautiful.
And we'd sit down in front of the TV and watch
I love that.
Doctor Who.
That's
My
cute.
friend
every
Ben,
weekly.
Yeah, that's fucking adorable. I was on the UK tour. My friend Ben Crompton, who was in Game of Thrones and Doctor Who, and he had us over for drinks after my show. He came to the show. He was like, come back, see the house, see the kids. I know his kids and his wife. He's like, come and see everyone. We go in there. Their house is so beautiful. I was just missing home. And they've got the most beautiful house. It's kind of like the Weasley house, if you do know Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's very lovely and just beautiful, lots of stuff. The kids, one by one, file into the kitchen and they're like, we're watching Doctor Who. And we're like, oh, great. So we go upstairs and they're talking about, they play the record of Doctor Who. Ben's showing me stuff from his time on Doctor Who. It was just very but not in a way that's it just felt very wholesome and lovely and family. And I was like, oh, I wish I had a TV show that my family and I loved. It was really nice. It was exactly what I needed.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it was very sweet.
I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to do
It
it.
brings families together.
It brings families together. Everyone can watch it. Get into it. I like it.
Any episodes with monkeys?
There'll be episodes with monkeys. Yeah, there are definitely episodes with monkeys. Let me have a think. But there'll be some monkey episodes for sure.
Sick.
Yeah. I think there's one that there's a rip in time and they're in a jungle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love jungles.
Oh, yeah.
I love anything set in a jungle.
Yeah, me too.
Love
Big time.
it. I
All
love
those
a
sort of
romp.
rock things where, I'm
Jungle
thinking of
Cruise.
Jumanji, basically.
All those rock things.
Yeah. Those kind of
I love Jumanji.
action comedy
Yeah.
in a jungle.
That's my favourite.
Big fan.
Have you seen the one where Sandra Bullock and
Yes.
I want to say
Oh,
Channing Tatum?
No, I haven't.
Yes.
It's good.
Daniel Radcliffe is the bad guy. Yeah, it's fun. It's
Daniel
just fun.
Radcliffe's a great bad guy.
Yeah, very fun.
Tony winner. Tony winner, Daniel Radcliffe.
Jess is really into the Tonys.
I just saw
You should do an
those
episode
two.
on the Tonys.
I don't know anything about the Tonys or
You know
musicals.
2 things about the Tonys.
True.
Just the name is funny enough
The
to me.
Tonys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won a Tony.
Yeah.
And in the UK, you can win a Dave.
Dave's pretty good.
What can I win a day for?
I've already
Or
got
it used to
I've
be called
already
the
got
Dave
a
Comedy
Dave.
Award.
Because there's Dave Comedy Channel, right? Or
Yeah.
something, yeah.
Sponsored by Dave.
What did Jess say? What did you say?
I've already got a Dave.
Thank you.
And I'm patting him
that
in
feels
quite a
nice.
patronising way.
Ooh,
but he
that's
likes
beautiful.
it.
I like that. Thank you.
What a fantastic report.
Love that, Michelle. I'm sure other people, the people out there will too, because they love the Fast and the Furious episode. And Doctor Who has as many, if not more, fans. It's beloved.
It is beloved.
People love it. And,
it is
and
beloved.
throughout the generations too. It's got to be one of the longest running media franchises in history, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's got
is.
to be up there.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I think people are going to be mad at me for not including as much, but there's only so much I can say.
Exactly.
No, I think if this is, look, I learned from the Riverdance episode that don't listen to episodes of this podcast about things that you are passionate about and know a lot about because it will hurt you.
You can do your own.
And things
But-
always get left out. And they have
Yeah, of
entire
course.
Doctor Who podcasts where weekly they cover it. So
Yeah,
there's
it's
thousands
true.
of hours.
It's too
There's
much.
too much, but you did a great overview, I thought.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you,
somebody
very
like me
kind.
who has felt intimidated by it or hasn't watched any of it,
Yeah.
it's like it feels like a nice little introduction that I'm like, okay, this doesn't seem so scary now.
There's no scary.
So, Michelle, this part of the episode is where a lot of people skip to. It's most people's favourite part of the episode.
So I would actually plug your show and stuff again now.
Now.
The show
Yeah,
and
for-
book.
now.
I would do that
For
now.
the
because
Edinburgh
Dave skipped
Fringe.
ahead.
Buy tickets to my Edinburgh Fringe show. If you live in Edinburgh, you can get cheap tickets because if you put in your postcode, apparently. But do please book ahead. It makes me feel normal and fine. And get my book, which is called
Great.
My Brother's Ashes Are in a Sandwich Bag.
And we love that. And we should. What's the name of your show and what venue are you on that this year?
Legacy is my show. It's on at Gilded Balloon, Patterhouse, not TVET. They don't have TVET this year. It's being renovated. That's not my fault. It's not my choice.
It's not your fault.
I'm in Patterhouse. And there's
Patterhouse.
nothing we can do about it.
Beautiful.
But
Check
I like
it out.
Patterhouse.
Enjoy yourself.
So in this section, Michelle, we thank some of our great Patreon supporters. And if they want to get involved, and you listeners, go to patreon.com/2go1pod and you can sign up on a bunch of different levels. There's different things there. Like you get now 4 bonus episodes a month. We're now doing an episode where we are doing a D&D campaign with Adam Carnivale as a great dungeon
Ooh.
dragon.
What a great dungeon dragon.
And master. And he, yeah, so much fun. You get to vote on topics, all these other things. You get access to the kind of corner of the internet.
Yeah, the Facebook group.
Facebook group.
Do we
you
say
get
vote on topics?
vote on topics. You get
Yep.
early access to tickets. You first to know about them. You get discounted tickets to live shows, etc., etc., etc.
So it pays for itself sometimes.
Oh my God.
It's
Easy.
beautiful.
But the first thing we normally do in this section is the fact, quote, or question section, which actually has a jingle. Goes something like this.
Fact, quote, or question.
Oh, he always remembers the ding. Huh. They always remember the sing. And that is actually inspired, that melody, by Widget the World Watcher, one of my early
Yeah.
crushes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's, if you look at the the character Widget, you'll find that to be
Deeply erotic.
deeply erotic.
Oh, my God. That is a hot thing. Whoa.
Can I have a look?
That's a hot thing.
Yeah,
Look
I
at
mean,
look at this purple thing.
yeah. Look, there he is he's an octopus.
Yeah, my
he's
God.
a woolly mammoth at one point.
He's
Ooh la
everything.
la.
All right, so we get 4 people who write in each week on the Sydney Scheinberg level or above. Give us a fact, quote, or question, or a brag, or a suggestion, or really whatever they like. They also get to give themselves a title, and I'll read them out for the first time on the show. That's just to excuse me for any sort of fumbles or whatever. The first one comes from Michael DeRizzi, aka Fart Knocker. That's the title Michael's given themselves.
Fart knocker.
Fart Knocker. Yeah, I guess that, like a fart critic, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
okay.
dunno.
We'll find out maybe.
Call that a fart. That sort of stuff. Anyway, got a confession. I said, Matt, please do your best Sam Peterson for this.
Okay.
What's my Sam Peterson? Crazy. That'd be crazy.
Oh, that's it. Yeah,
This
yeah.
next
great.
confession
Absolutely crazy.
This next
Crazy.
confession comes from Michael. Michael writes.
Confession.
Michael writes.
From Michael.
From the good
There,
people at
that's it.
reddit.com.
Yeah.
Michael writes, cast your minds back. No, I can't do it. To the fall of 1998.
Customer's back.
Cast your minds back.
To the fall of 1998.
Big shout out to the great man, Sam Peterson.
We love you.
The movie Rush Hour was top of the box office. Cher had the best-selling single with Believe. And I was at the top of the world in the 4th grade. I'd earned the nickname Fart Knocker because I loved to fart.
Oh.
Sure.
At recess one day, me and my friends were chasing girls. And that's when inspiration struck me. I wanted to live up to my nickname and fart on one of the girls. I had it all planned out. I would smack my butt and push out the fart.
Sorry, is this a brag?
It was
No,
a
it's
confession.
Whoa.
I'm not sure. I think the tone is probably that Michael's not super proud of this.
Okay, let's squeeze it out.
Only something went wrong. Very wrong.
Oh, no.
This happened to me recently.
You
I don't want to
did-
talk about
Are you
it.
trying to fart on a girl?
Yeah.
A young
When
girl?
I pushed, yes, I farted, but something more came out.
No.
Something
What?
solid.
What?
You'll never guess it, but I shit my pants.
Oh, my God.
I
what?
guessed it.
I've never told anyone.
Michael, I guessed.
But I think they somehow knew.
Because you shat on them.
He pooed on them.
You shouldn't poo on a girl.
Didn't poo on it, just pooed near a girl. And if you've been into a women's toilet, you've done that.
I've never been into a
That
women's
is
toilet.
a lawyer-level defense. That is incredible. Who here can say they haven't shat next to someone in a cubicle? What is the difference, I ask you?
Michael, thank you so much for getting that off your chest.
Thank you for being
and out
brave.
of your ass.
I hope that feels better now
Yeah.
that we all know that, Michael.
And
Thank
we
you for
forgive
sharing.
you.
Yeah, I think. Are we allowed?
I don't know if
We've got the power to forgive like a priest or something.
I think so.
I think just do 12 Hail Marys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be
Yeah.
enough.
You were listening at that party.
I was.
Thank you so much, Michael. The next one comes from Charity Rose. Another fantastic name. Sounds like it could be
Charity
a great
Rose.
doctor's
Yeah.
partner
No nickname
name.
needed. That's
That's
incredible.
great.
Charity Rose, aka Senior Vice President of the Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers Factory.
Rubber baby buggy bobbers.
And Charity's got a fact writing, hello, Jess, Matt, and Dave, and Michelle.
I don't think she said that. Don't include me. Don't put words
Come
in
on.
her mouth.
You don't know what they wrote. Can you see it? I'm looking on here. Oh, blip, blip, blip. Oh, yep. It says Anne Michelle.
Okay.
Thanks for bleep blopping over there.
I'm excited to be writing my first fact, quote, or question in preparation for your, fingers crossed, upcoming USA tour. Dave, maybe you can give an update after this. I thought I would fill you in on some very important laws in some of the states.
Oh.
Hope this helps. Also, I wanted to tell you that I currently live in Indiana, but I was born and raised in God's country. Ohio? Bloody hell. You're just traveling your life down the Golden Mile. All right, here's some interesting laws. In Arkansas, you can't honk your horn near a sandwich shop after 9 p.m. I think that's fair enough.
Okay.
You're a sandwich shop.
Specifically.
Okay.
Late night sanger? Yeah, I guess Subway's a sandwich. But they call different things, like they call burgers sandwiches.
Some
don't
burger.
they?
Yeah, there's a difference between a burger and a sandwich, but I don't know what it is because it's what we would call it all a burger.
I think they call the patties the burgers, maybe,
Ah.
or something like that.
Okay.
And then they have it in a sandwich. I don't know.
I don't know.
In California, it's illegal to whistle for a lost canary before 7 a.m. Are you winding us up, Charity?
Before 7 a.m., but starting when? 7 a.m. tomorrow? Am I before 7 a.m. now?
It's too late. Yeah.
Am I breaking the law if I whistle for my canary?
Yeah, don't do that. It's not on.
What a country.
It's not on.
What a country.
In Indiana, it's illegal to ride a horse above 10 miles per hour.
I knew that.
You got to have your Speedo on your horse.
Found that out the hard way.
Woo, 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 whoop, woo, whoop. We clocked you at 12.
It's hard to train a police horse to make that noise, but they do it.
In Louisiana, it's illegal to send a surprise pizza.
Oh, I'd love a surprise
love a
pizza.
surprise
Pizza, pepperoni. And I'm gone.
I'm gone.
Not
Oh,
allowed.
guys, it's my birthday week.
You want a surprise pizza?
Yeah, I want
We can
surprise
do it.
pizza.
It's legal here. It's legal here.
It
Well,
is?
we haven't
Check.
checked that. We haven't checked that.
Please
yeah.
check.
In New Jersey, it's unlawful to wear a bulletproof vest while committing a crime.
Take it off.
But the crime isn't illegal. But like, you're like, no, I don't have a bulletproof vest on. It's a legal crime. I'm allowed.
They're like, well, you were jaywalking, and now we've got you wearing a bulletproof vest at the same time.
2 counts.
That's 2 charges. That's jail
Two
for life.
charges.
2 strikes and you're gone.
In Ohio, it's illegal to sell chickens that have been dyed. Oh, I think that makes sense. You can't
Chickens
fake
that
it.
have died or been dyed.
D-Y-E-D.
Okay, gotcha.
Like a
Dye
tie-dye.
Oh, but that'd be cool.
No, they have to be naturally
A
tie-dye.
rainbow chicken.
In Rhode Island, it's illegal to race a horse on a highway. I think that
Okay,
one
yep,
speaks
that
for
one.
itself.
Yep, that makes sense.
In South Dakota, it's illegal to sleep in a cheese factory.
You get cheese dreams. We can't trust you in there.
Oh, and in Dave's favourite state, Vermont,
Yes.
Finally.
Don't tell me something about a creamy. You can't have sex with a creamy.
it's illegal.
Please don't tell me you can't have sex with a
Let
creamy.
me have my dream.
Dave, when we eventually get to the US, do you want a moment alone with your creamy?
Yes, I do.
Can we all enjoy creamy first before we do
Before
that?
you enjoy a creamy alone?
No, tell me.
And in Vermont, it's illegal for women to wear fake teeth without their husband's approval.
Oh, wow.
Right.
That is good.
Yeah, that
Right.
one makes sense.
That I agree with.
Because your husband he'll be truthful with you.
He'll be honest.
He'll
He
say
knows
if
you.
you're pulling it off or
And
not.
if they look terrible, don't go
He'll
out
say
in
thank
those.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
for being honest.
Thank you
It
for being
hurts, but I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Charity. Dave, do you have an update on the USA?
We're going to Europe instead.
The USA.
Did you still? Oh God, this is off pod talk, but I'll help you with your visa.
Will you?
Yeah, I told Jess I'd help.
What? This is happening.
You
Oh,
just need a really good touring company that can sort your visas. You don't need the visas you were trying to get. You don't need those.
If you can get us in touch with a good touring
I
company.
know the president, and I can get you special.
The president of touring?
Yes.
Whoa.
You just need a wink and a smile.
Thank you.
We'll
We're
talk
really
about it
good at
off pod.
winking. Really good at winking.
Are we leaving any of that on pod so that we've answered Charity's question?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can leave that on.
Yeah.
You haven't said
I
anything you
steered
want.
it in a playful direction,
Okay.
and it was fun.
Thank you so much, Charity. Next one comes from, haven't heard this name in a while, Kevin Ulysses Packrad.
Kevin's back.
Is that a real name?
Yes,
Yes.
great name, isn't it? That's,
Fuck.
we remember Kevin well because of that incredible
Very
name.
jealous.
I'm
And-
sure
and
he
the ongoing
suggested a bunch of early-ish topics that we did, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon we used to shout out to Kevin a lot.
Yeah.
Can I also shout out to all the Patreons who came to my UK tour?
Please, yes.
Thank you so much for coming. It was very lovely.
At
It was
the
very,
last
very
one?
kind. Yeah,
And
last
the
one.
ones who are about
and
to
the
come.
future ones.
Yeah.
Very, very kind. I love seeing you.
Oh, yeah.
and
What's your rule? We normally try and ask, what's your rule about, are you comfortable with them coming up and chatting?
Oh, yeah, but I invite the audience up at the
Yeah.
end of every show to come and chat. But I love it. I love it. Come take
Oh.
a photo. Give me a gift. I love it.
Speaking of shout outs, I've just looked up how many people suggested Doctor Who, and 52 have come up. So a big shout out to all 52 of you.
Wow.
We appreciate you.
You're not going to rip through them?
It will take
I didn't know
minutes.
that lots of people had, like, requested
That might be the most
it.
requested ever,
It
is
could
it?
be.
Oh my
52.
God.
Is it-
If
okay.
you
Hang
had
on,
told
hang on,
me
hang on.
it was the most requested, I would have spent more time on this.
because
I wouldn't have just written it down from my brain knowledge.
it's probably come up 52 times because they've also mentioned it in the subject, and they might also have like links that say Doctor Who in it as well.
True, but I will say we'll give at least one shout out here because the most recent came on the 31st of May this year, and their suggestion is Doctor Who in brackets featuring Michelle Brasier, and that is Zach Pryor from Leeds.
Thanks, Zach.
He's the only person to suggest Michelle do it. So
Good to see you in
we're
Leeds.
dedicated to
Isn't
Zach.
that-
Thank you, Zach. Appreciate that.
Yes, I think I saw that. I think you maybe tweeted us that or something.
Yeah, 'cause
he
we met.
DM'd you,
I think we met.
and you said,
Or
yeah,
we
make
chatted
it
on
happen.
the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe we chatted on the internet. I think he came to Leeds, and I think that I posted something of Cardiff that was a Whovian place, and he was like, "You're a Whovian," and I was like, "Yes," and he was like, "Do the report," and I was like, "I'll text Jess."
And here we are.
Here we are.
Okay, so Kevin Packrad has got the title Kevin Packrad, The Return.
Yes.
And it's a quote writing, "Hello, how is it going, podcast people? You may recognize my name as I was a Patreon supporter for many years, but I have not been around since 2020, being that I was a broke college student, and the whole thing about a global pandemic making it very hard to do much of anything prevented me from doing much of anything,
Fair enough.
specifically making money.
Fair
respect
enough.
I think it's very funny that I was a patron for so long because I was in high school. I don't know. I was just picturing, I don't know.
Kev, how did you pull that off? Well
Did
done.
not picture a high school
No.
blur.
Well, he's not paying rent, is he?
True.
True.
Take me back,
all the pocket money's going straight to a Patreon. Appreciate that, Kev.
It says, and what right does a high schooler have to make financial decisions like supporting a podcast? In America, I guess that's just an example of what a youngster can do.
The
Exercising
USA,
their constitutional rights.
they love freedom.
Oh, yeah.
I've got the hat open, as I said before, and I've just done a quick little search for Kevin Packrad. 85 suggestions and counting, Kevin. Thank you so much.
Incredible.
That's an incredible contribution.
I also put my name as Kevin Ulysses Packrad, which is funny because that's not my middle name. But I
You're
suppose
just doing history.
it's
class.
a self-proclaimed nickname.
Greece.
I can't take it off now. Anyway, isn't it crazy that it's been 4 years since then?
Yes.
I've graduated college in that time, not to brag. I have a degree
Congrats.
in English literature. Isn't that weird?
Congrats.
I know so much about books and writing that it could probably fill multiple books if my shelves are anything to go off anyway. This is a brag, but I've read the novel Ulysses by James Joyce twice in that time.
Twice?
Having attempted to read it multiple times in high school. All the while, though, I've not stopped listening to the podcast. My life for the past 4 years has been filled with the sounds of your guys' voices.
Aww.
And I know a lot of people say this, but I'm devoted to it at this point in a way which is different from most other things in my life. And I would like to thank you for being there whenever I needed someone to make me laugh and bring levity into my life. You've practically molded a part of my sense of humor, and I'm eternally grateful for the sense of curiosity your podcast has imbued in my mind. Sorry for getting soppy for a second.
Guys.
I'm crying too.
And the long message, but I picked a quote in the little section above. So here is a quote from Twin Peaks, one of my favorite TV shows, created by David Lynch, which I recommend highly. The quote comes from Special Agent Dale Cooper, named after D.B. Cooper, and I think they are very good words to live by. This is the quote. Every day, once a day, give yourself a present.
That's so nice. This is so nice, you guys.
What a lovely
very nice.
message.
You're
Thank
his
you.
Doctor Who.
Kevin, thank you.
It's so nice to have you back, Kevin. Not that you ever left, but you know what I mean.
Welcome.
Welcome
That's
home,
so nice.
Kevin.
Welcome home, Kevin.
Welcome home, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin suggested a topic just this week.
Awesome. Well, yeah, you don't have to be a Patreon to suggest a
Oh,
topic.
no, that was last year. Sorry, 2023. This week, last year.
Wow, a
Kevin,
year ago
Happy
this
1
week.
week anniversary for suggesting
Well done.
that topic that time.
The last fact quote question for this week comes from James Edwards. You want James, and I know this is going to sound bad, but James has a great laugh, and it probably sounds weird that I know how our listeners laugh, but it's only because he had a particularly big, good laugh.
Okay, that's
So
good.
I think he'd be a real boon for
Yeah,
your
you
show.
want James
Yeah,
in the
send him
audience.
in.
James writes, cool. This is James's title. Cool gay uncle of the pod. Yes, I will take you shopping after brunch.
Yes! Thank you, cool gay uncle. Everyone needs one.
And James got a question, writing, I'm a big purple genie. You each have 3 wishes, but you can't wish for more wishes because that would be dumb. What will you wish for? I'll respond in a future fact quarter question to tell you the impact of the wishes you make. Love you all. Hope life is treating you well.
Oh, wow.
3
Okay.
wishes, Dave.
Is it to marry David Suchet's daughter?
Can you just
tough.
wish for all your dreams to come true and then that would be encapsulated?
Oh, yeah.
All your dreams come true.
Or are you going to wish for kisses from Matt and I?
Oh, one kiss from each of you.
If you do all your dreams to come true, then like what kind of dreams have you had before that you
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
like to come true?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
I
Great
think James
point.
is going to monkey
Yes.
pour us.
Yes.
I think so too.
All right, I'm gonna go for ones that can't go wrong. World
Okay.
peace,
Yeah.
Well, oh, fantastic. Good one.
Overpopulation.
endless, everyone to be happy, and the Saints to win a premiership.
Okay. He said
big
wishes, not
3.
miracles, right? I want to be. My first wish would be I would like to be able to sing. I don't know what my second wish would be. I reckon, you know.
But my third wish,
Do you ever see those hypothetical things of like you can pick one and they give you like 5? You can pick 2 and they give you 5 options, and one of them is often like free flights forever or something. Maybe it'd be that. Because
Free flights forever.
Maybe it would be nice to be able to like teleport, sure, but sometimes I like the process of
Yeah.
the travel.
You got to be specific though. I reckon. What kind of
Business
kind of
class.
Safe.
First is too
But it'll be
much.
like, we have free flights forever. No worries. We've got the catapult waiting for you. And it's like, that's how you have to travel.
Free business class on a real plane.
He's going to make you grow bug wings.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you
Be
can
stuck
in
to
a
the
business
plane.
suit.
Yeah. And then I don't know what my third one would be. What would it be?
You can keep thinking if
I
you
keep
want.
thinking. Dave, you think of one.
Okay, I'd like to be able to teleport anywhere in the world with anyone I want
Yeah, that's great.
and take them with me.
Yeah.
And we don't have to be naked. We don't have to we don't get hurt or anything when we land. Okay, James?
Specific, wasn't it?
That's specific.
We don't have to be naked.
But it helps.
But if
Yeah.
we choose to be, so be it.
and if I could have one more, turkey on rye. The Simpsons.
This is dry.
The monkey paw.
I've seen
Homer had
I've seen
a-
The Simpsons.
And then he ended up eating a
All
sandwich.
right, how about
Very
this?
fun.
How about this? I'd love to have a card. I'd love to have a card that whatever bakery I go to, they have to give me a free pie.
Ooh, that would save you a lot
A
of
lot
money.
of money. But the business doesn't get affected by it. Like the government or something pays for it. It's
subsidised.
subsidized by the government. And I would like to be 6'9".
Jesus, that's too tall.
You've
What are you thinking?
overcorrected.
Too tall.
Sue me. Sue me.
No offense to our long listeners out
But
there.
that is an inconvenient height for travel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I've said it
But
now.
if you're in business class with me,
But you're not in business class.
yeah,
so you
you'll
can
teleport. You don't need to travel.
I don't need to get scrunched up ever.
Never got a scrunch.
Michelle, do you have any wishes that you would go for?
Well, Tim asked me a hypothetical the other night. He said, would you rather that cats outnumber dogs 8-1 or all dogs are the same size as a Shetland pony? And I said, I would love all dogs to be the same size as a Shetland pony. That's easy. And he said, do you know how big a Shetland pony is? I said, no. But I think that's my first wish. That
all dogs are Shetland pony size.
Shetland pony
Okay.
size.
That was meant to be like a would you rather, but you're like, I really
You've got
like one of
everything.
these options.
I was like, it's clear to me.
So you know,
You've offered me shit and chocolate.
yeah.
you know my dog very well.
Yeah, imagine Giant Goose.
I mean, he already can basically bowl you over.
Yeah.
You would like him to be bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
cool.
it's all dogs, isn't
I
it?
want to. Yeah,
All
you're looking
dogs.
up how much Shetland ponies weigh.
No,
All dogs.
I
But
met a
sausage
big
dogs
dog
are
recently.
they're very long. So a sausage dog is as long as a Shetland pony.
Yeah.
It's a snake.
Yeah.
It's like a python.
You might need more legs. We can work on the design.
Oh, now it's a millipede.
Yeah, millipede. That's what I
Yeah.
want.
I don't know if
Okay,
I
I'm
can
into
tell,
this.
but it was like so.
That's a
Have you
big
met
dog.
this dog before? It's a bit of a comedy going dog.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
Rupert.
Yeah, Rupert.
He's
yes.
a Great Dane. That's not a
Huge.
Shetland pony. That's a Great
not
Dane.
It's close. Great
But it
Danes are
was-
fucking huge.
They are.
like,
They're big.
Its head's like twice as.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've puppy sat Rupert before. I've had him in my house.
What a beautiful dog.
Which is just a normal human-sized house.
Oh my gosh, I've just thought of one. Can I take back the height one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like
Because it's insane.
take back the height one, and I'd like Humphrey, our dog, to live as long as we do.
I was thinking that too.
I would like for my dog to live as long as me, but also be healthy the whole time.
Oh, can I put that in, James? I wrote that in too. Yeah,
And also,
I don't want it to be like
able to understand
aging
English.
for 70 years and it's like decrepit, and the dog's
Yeah.
like, please put me
Kill
on
me.
misery.
Yeah. I want him
Yeah.
to. I want Goose to be like this for my whole life.
Also, in
Yes.
brackets, the dog can be euthanized if we need it. It's not like, you take it to the vet, they're like, sorry, this dog is invincible and it's suffering.
yeah, no, you
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
don't want that.
Well, why don't you just say it doesn't get sick?
Yeah, it doesn't
and
get
it
sick.
doesn't
It's
get,
healthy the
it
whole
doesn't
time.
get sick, but I can still euthanize if I need to.
For convenience. Because that did sound like you're like, because I might get a job overseas for a bit.
Because you can teleport, but I want to change my business class one to like Goose can come on business class.
Goose can come on business
because
class.
if I've got Goose
Private jet.
forever, I
Yeah.
would like him to see the
I'm
world.
not sure if you've kept under the 3 wishes there.
No, I think Jess can have, I would like business class tickets for me and my family,
the
including your
Parthenon.
dog. I reckon you can have
Imagine
that.
Goose at the Eiffel Tower. Put him in a little
Wait.
beret. He's
That's the
French.
best.
He's
Yeah.
French.
That's
He
the
is
best.
French. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Do you have it? You've
Je
got 2
m'appelle
more.
Goose.
I have 2 more wishes.
I think so. You got big dogs.
Big dogs. All dogs big.
You said Eva
And
lives
Eva
forever.
lives forever and she's healthy.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no, don't say forever.
and happy.
As long
with
as
me,
you
as
live,
long as me.
live.
Otherwise,
But she's
the
healthy and
last
happy.
animal on earth.
Not forever.
When everything's gone to shit is
But,
your
like,
dog.
but what if you go before Tim?
Can
Can Tim still have her? She goes when the last of you
Eva goes with The Last of Us.
Yes.
Perfect.
I think that's good.
Oh,
Same,
can I
same
ask
for Goose,
you,
same for Goose.
you know how you have named your dogs Bruce and Eva? Is that after
Yes.
the Saints fan Bruce Eva?
If you want Yeah, if that's what you want.
That'll make him feel good.
I didn't name either of my dogs.
Oh, okay.
Bruce was a rescue and Eva was a failed guide dog. So they came with
Reclassified.
names.
It was just fate that they named after this guy.
It was just fate. And what a twist of fate. What are the odds
Bruce Eva.
that Bruce
Sports
Eva...
journalist Bruce
Okay.
Eva. That's your two dogs mushed together.
That is my two dogs mushed together. Okay, my third wish is for my two dogs to be mushed together into a space. No, that's not true.
That's bad.
Take it back.
That's not true. I take it back. My third wish is to always have enough money to solve my problems, but not so much that I start creating problems for other people.
Oh my God.
That's beautiful.
What a beautiful
but
amount.
James could fuck you with that.
How?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you might have. Well, it'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah, see you at my Edinburgh Fringe show, James.
Yeah.
You better get on a plane.
Yeah, bring that big laugh with you.
Yeah.
You know what I think would be nice is like, because I'd still like to work and do stuff, but it would be nice to just have like, for some reason I want to say 10 grand a month just is in my bank account, just appears so I'm still, that's
what rich people have. They get that on
it.
interest. They just make that. They're just making that all the time.
I've got backup.
I think you should get 100 grand every month.
No, that's too much money.
I think you should get 50
Jess
grand every month.
is causing problems.
You got to think about inflation in the future.
Yeah,
50
but I'll
grand.
save it. I'm still working and doing stuff.
What can you say? Index.
You will
or
not
whatever.
save it.
Oh, that's good.
When I got a new July suitcase, you went to July, you bought everything they had.
That's
you will
true.
not save it.
That's true.
You like treats, and so do I.
Okay, well, as long as they close down all the July stores,
Well,
then
if my
I'll be
problem,
fine.
if my
Do you know
problem,
what that means?
if my problem is my friend Jess doesn't have enough money, then I have enough money to save it.
July.
July.
And so
It's a
Michelle.
great luggage, a brand.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Michelle was buying something and you went along and then you end up spending all your money too.
Of course. Of course.
We like nice things, Dave.
We like nice things.
Is that
It's
a
next
crime?
I was actually hashtag gifted.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
I had to hashtag buy it.
Thanks to James.
Hashtag full price.
Hashtag full price.
Thanks to James, Kevin, Charity, and Michael for those questions. We still have a couple more things to do. One of them is thank a few of our other great Patreon supporters. Just when we comes up with a bit of a game based on the topic game, maybe we can get Michelle to give them something.
Yeah.
Song.
A song. About? Do you want to link it at all to Doctor Who or?
Yeah, I'll sing their name in the tune of the Doctor Who theme.
Okay.
I don't think we can top that.
No, I don't think
We get
so.
to use your talents. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
All right. Well, if I can kick us off, I'd love
Please.
to thank from Box Hill here in Melbourne, Paris Turner.
Paris Turner. Ooh, I do the whole thing. Dum dum dum.
Oh, that's the best.
Thank you so much,
Paris
Paris.
Great, guys. Only 8 more of these to do.
From address unknown, can only assume from deep within the fortress of the moles. I would love to thank Edie Bronstein.
Edie Bronstein.
What about as an alternative, if you want to mix it up a bit, you could also say their name in the style of a Dalek exterminate.
No. Edie Bronstein.
That's
hard.
I wanted to hear your impression.
All right, and finally from me, from Chattanooga,
Chattanooga choo choo.
from
Barnaby Joy.
Tennessee in the United States, it's Joseph Nataro.
Joseph Nataro. Joseph Nataro.
Were you one of the? Were you on Mad as Hell for that?
I was, yeah. Yeah.
One of
It's a
the
very
Chattanooga-
funny joke. Whenever Sean McAuliffe said Barnaby Joyce, it would cut to a black and white footage of me, Christy, and Emily singing, "Is that the Chattanooga Choo Choo?"
Because they say in the song is "Pardon Me, Boys."
Pardon me,
I didn't
boys.
get it for so long.
I didn't think I got it until I thought it was just funny.
I think because you were confused by it, I messaged Michelle and she explained it to us.
Yeah, you explained
Maybe
it.
that's how
I
I
think
So-
that's it.
Because
I spoke to her.
I thought it was just a non sequitur sort of thing,
That's funny.
but it's
It's that
Pardon me,
Barnaby Joyce
boys.
sounds like "Pardon me, boys."
Pardon me,
Is that the
boys.
Chattanooga Choo Choo?
May I thank some people as well?
I'd love it if you did.
Can I please thank from
Thank you.
Farnham in Surrey, like
Wow.
John, Wanda Melon Rich.
Wonder Melon Rich. Oh, my God.
Also from me, from deep within the Fortress of the Moles, aka Address Unknown, I would like to welcome in or thank Susan Carson.
Susan Carson. I'm going to move through the melody now.
Oh, yeah, nice. Okay. And finally, from Knoxville, Tennessee,
Home of the Wig Sphere.
please thank Dean Bruce and Lou.
Dean Bruce and Lou.
Ooh,
Good, we got
exciting.
Someone will be able to edit it all together.
Oh, don't do
I don't
that.
think someone could do that.
I don't know. How would they do that?
How could they possibly
How could they do that?
That doesn't make sense.
I don't think I've said in the same key.
They'll be able to pitch it up. Finally, we'd like to thank three
clean
more
it up.
people from me. I'd like to thank from Madison, Wisconsin. Big shout out to Robert Gosselin.
Robert Gosselin.
Ooh, good on you,
Yeah,
Robert.
you guys have to do the woo. It's a call and response.
Yep.
I would like to thank also from Hayesville, North Carolina. A big thank you to Keith Denabeam or Denabime.
Keith Denabeam or Denabime.
Thanks, Keith. And finally, from Sacramento in California, big shout out to, all in capitals, ECW.
A lot of US shout outs today, and what great timing on the day that Michelle's gonna potentially just make this thing that's been such a nightmare for us really easy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
Let me help you.
Michelle comes and goes, "Oh yeah, I just sent an email. Oh yeah, you're in." What? That would be amazing. We started trying in 2019.
It's very annoying. It's very annoying.
Where have you been, Michelle? You could have solved our problems.
Thank you so much to ECW, Keith, Robert, Dean, Lou, Susan, Wonder, Joseph, Eddie, Edie in Paris. Sorry, Edie. I thought it said Edel.
Matt literally did a manual
zoom on my computer.
He put his eyes up to the screen. Your eyelashes would have touched the screen.
Enhance. That leaves us just with one last thing to do, Michelle, which is the Triptych Club. Jess explains it so well what the Triptych Club is. If
Thank
you.
you.
Don't know.
Triptych Club is for people who have supported us on this shout-out level or above for 3 consecutive years. It's a bit like a cool members-only club or an airport lounge in my mind. It's very cool. It has everything you could possibly want. Dave books a band. I'm behind the bar. Matt's essentially the bouncer, but in a cool way.
Yeah.
Not in he's not a dick about it.
I
He's
don't-
actually very
Oh.
nice.
I've got a
friendly.
Doctor Who sort of thing. I don't use weapons.
That's right.
That's cool.
But I will shiv you with my screwdriver
Absolutely.
if needed.
Unless you're a wooden door, then it will not work on you.
Will not work.
And yeah, Dave, you normally book a band
Yeah, you guys are never going to believe this. Obviously, I've booked these bands.
ages in
Months,
advance.
sometimes years in advance because of people's schedules. But thankfully, they're dropping by. They found time in the schedule. We were talking about Doctor Who, of course, on this episode, but you'll never believe. Dropping by on this episode of the Triptych Club.
Yes.
Spin Doctors.
Whoa.
are here. Can you believe it? Spin Doctors.
Can't
la,
believe
la.
it.
What are the chances?
That's crazy.
Low.
What? Wow.
The chances are low.
Who did the had a hit with the Doctor Who remix years ago?
Oh, is it something in the TARDIS?
Yeah, maybe.
Doctoring the TARDIS, is that what it's called? And it's basically
It's just like
na 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 na. Hey, something like that.
Oh,
The
Gary Glitter.
TARDIS. It's Gary
Oh.
Glitter.
mate. Yeah.
Oh no, you're thinking about just something different. I'm talking about
Doctor Who.
Ooh, hey, the
Doctor Who.
TARDIS,
Doctor
yeah.
Who.
And that's called
Hey,
Doctoring the
the
TARDIS by
TARDIS.
the Justified Ancients of Mumu. And they will be supporting, can you believe it?
Whoa.
I've just received an email. They will be opening for Spin Box Doctors tonight.
Wow.
So you get to hear a Doctoring the TARDIS and 2 princes in one night. What are the chances?
This is
amazing.
exciting. So we've got 4 inductees this week. Oh, Jess is also behind the bar, normally whipping up a cocktail.
Yeah, I've made Screwdrivers the cocktail,
Yeah, great.
but also I made I've been getting really into those shows where it's is it real or is it cake? So I've actually made I had a screwdriver as a model, and I've made cake versions of it, but it's actually too realistic, and I can't tell which one is the actual screwdriver. No. So I would just say, like, they should taste really good and obviously look really beautiful, but I would take that first bite with a bit of caution.
Yes.
Just check.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's clever.
Just in case.
All right. Now, how do we do this? I'm on the door. I'm going to read out the names.
Yep.
Have you ever listened to an episode this deep before, Michelle?
I've been here for this before.
Okay. And you had to.
I wasn't allowed out.
So I'll read out the name. Dave hypes them up. Maybe Michelle can be the hype person tonight.
Okay. I mean, we could have 2 hype people.
Yeah.
I'd love that. The more support I can get, the better.
Well, or maybe Michelle could even MC.
Oh, yeah, great. If you're up for it, please.
Do you want to hype up these 4 people as they come into the Triptych Club?
Yeah.
Well, Dave, do you want to be on the door for time? I might have the night off.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll be on. So usually, Michelle, what is the Matt reads out the name, and then I do a very clever play on their name or a bit of a pun or something, but also pumping them up at the same time.
Oh, that'll be easy for me.
Yeah.
Pun.
Now, Matt, I totally support you having the night off, but I do actually see you walking towards the air hockey table, and I just want to remind you again that the air hockey table is mine.
Yes.
And you keep putting ice all over it because you think it's ice hockey.
It's ice. Yeah, it's ice.
Air hockey.
Ice and air don't mix.
Basically,
That's
let's not
true.
argue about air and ice hockey again.
I'm
just
confused.
don't go near the table. You can play pool. You can do anything else. Leave the air. I've literally put tape around it.
Yeah, which has worked really well. That keeps the water in nicely to freeze.
Unbelievable.
This
Sorry.
fucking
All
guy.
right.
Why
Don't-
does it have a
just forget it.
freezing setting?
It doesn't.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, Michelle. Sorry you had to see that. He keeps touching my air hockey table. Anyway, so
It's disappointing.
Dave will read out some names. You hype them up. I'll hype you up.
Yeah, and you can
okay,
play
here
on
we go.
where they come from or their name. Just
We've
go
got
with
about
whatever.
4 people, so it's not.
Great.
not too
Okay,
crazy.
would you please welcome into the Triptych Club? We love them. You know them.
Hey, you're not hyping. You're just reading names.
Oh, sorry. Well, I think that he could do a better job.
Oh, fully agree.
Just showing you how it should be done. All the way from Cape Nedick in Maine, please welcome Kate Gardocky.
Kate Gardocky, the magnetic from Cape Tedic.
Yeah! Oh my God! Woo!
God, that was good.
Incredible.
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
love it. So they're from Tedic? I love that.
Yeah.
If you want.
I would like to thank also from Wallenberg in Canada. In
Wallaceburg.
Sorry, Wallaceburg in...
You need to enhance.
I'm going to zoom in manually here. From Wallaceburg in Canada, I would like to thank, one word is all we need, Rebecca.
Get it. Rebecca, I hardly know her. Give it up.
Yeah! Woo! We hardly know her. I would like to thank from Staten Island in New York, big shout out and thank you, and go on in, Michael Driscoll.
Give it up for Michael Driscoll. He is not here to take the piss score.
Yeah! Woo! Fantastic.
Yes.
Love it.
Michelle is good at this.
Yes.
Yeah,
really good. It's
really
really-
good.
I'm loving it.
Dave's
I'm
doing a
loving it.
great job too, actually.
Yeah, we're all doing our jobs well here.
Oh, Matt's not doing anything.
Exactly.
Correct.
And finally,
Matt's doing his job very well.
we would like to thank from Pascoe Vale South, right here in Victoria. Please go on in and enjoy the musical stylings of Spin Doctors. It's Alex Pretty.
Get in here, Alex Pretty, the most pretty, more like Alex Gorgeous.
When Alex Pretty came up, I'm like, oh my God, there's nothing to work with here.
Yeah.
Wow.
How's she going to do
How
it?
do you do it? Well done,
Really
Michelle. And
tough.
thank you again
Thank
to
you.
Alex, Michael, Rebecca, and Kate. Go on in, stay away from the air hockey table, but enjoy the music and have a great night.
The air hockey table's for
Toot,
anyone.
toot.
No one owns the air
No.
hockey table.
Jess bought it. She purchased it.
Exactly. That's her own money, okay?
That's the only thing, is that she does own it.
If you want to play,
Well, I mean, that's the only... Oh, okay, the only thing is she owns it.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is none of us own it. No one owns
And
it.
I can see how you're holding 2 truths to be true, but in this case, only one of them.
and the difference is I'm not saying you can't play, but I'm asking you to stop destroying it with ice.
That's the only thing.
That's all I'm asking. I think you're getting confused.
I think I'm just getting back to its natural state.
Okay, let's take this off pod. Okay, because I just can't fight with them anymore.
Well, that's the end of the episode, Michelle. But before we go, one more time, thank you so much, first of all. And people can see you in Edinburgh in August.
In Edinburgh, in August.
At the part of the Fringe Festival.
I think it's now.
Oh my gosh. It's
When this
happening.
comes
now.
out, it's
It is
now.
happening. Go
It's
and see
probably happening
Michelle.
right now.
Go and see Michelle every single night.
Every night. Come every night.
Please do that. And then also, pre-order the book or ask your book retailer to order it in.
Please do.
Or at least tell them you want it, because then they'll be like, yeah, this is great. And then they'll end up ordering 1 million copies.
Yeah, that's what I want.
To get pulped.
That's the best thing. Don't pulp them.
Don't pulp me.
Don't pulp them. I wrote them not for pulping.
Come on.
Come on.
And if people want to order the book, can they go to your website? Will there be a link there?
If you go to my website, my Instagram, there's a series of, you can order to your heart's content. You can be like, I want the ebook. There will be an audiobook.
Will you be reading it?
Yes, I've already done it. I've recorded it.
I was going to say I could do it.
Oh, I'll redo it.
Your personal story.
I think I'll do it. Yeah.
I'll do another version. Yeah. I've heard it. I should do it. No, that's awesome. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, but you can buy it from Readings, Dimmicks, like Amazon if you're in Amazon. If you want the what is it? The Notebook Kindle.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
The Notebook. I love it.
You know The Notebook, that famous movie?
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah. I love Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
I wrote you every day for a year on a Kindle.
Well, that's it. Good Tina Turner song too, The Notebook. To the
Notebook City Limits.
Well, now the Pun King has struck at last. We'll wrap it up for another week on Do Go On. Thank you so much for listening.
Not a pun.
We'll be back next week. We'll be back next week with another episode. But until then, I'll say thank you so much for listening and goodbye. Bye.
As dawn broke over the seven seas, the pirates of the Crimson Galleon set sail for adventure. But there was one problem. Paperwork. Mountains of it. Filing, invoices, you name it.
This work ain't fit for a pirate.
Luckily, their captain had an idea. She used the smart buying tools on Amazon Business, so they could work more efficiently and get back to doing what they do best. I know, right? Amazon Business, your partner for smart business buying.